Give me a little beat.
Hello all and welcome to the Whyachi stream 10.0. 10 straight episodes, 10 weeks of our lives, 5 hours every weekend, so much alcohol you wouldn't even believe. It's gonna be a good episode. We got the tournament scheduled up here, and Jake is missing, but who we do have tonight, we have the old man Sheriff Terry himself.
Hey y'all.
We got the pump guy Dick, and what they call him down in Mexico is Juan Dick. We got Tom, our UK Tom there, as always.
Evening all.
And of course, Big Hands and Tiny Trevor.
That's us.
This episode is sponsored by our sponsors here, the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints, and Jim Beam Bourbon.
Taco Bell?
Jesus.
That's it, huh?
Probably don't want to mix the two.
Monster?
God.
Without further ado, let's hop into it. What do we got here?
Well, this was a big deal. We got the other half of the bracket. I mean, both your bots fought this episode. It's no spoiler. You lasted 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Tell you what. That was probably the best 10 seconds he had all year.
Oh, there's a high-flying bot.
So, what do we think? Did we really ever talk about? I mean, we know that Black Dragon we think is pretty great. It's durable. Did we ever talk about Riperoni? What we think of Riperoni and concept and all that stuff?
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, if you want to have a big
rookie season,
yeah,
great rookie season they had.
Very clever ideas in there as well.
It's got a little goofy look to it, you know, with the big wheel, small wheel. It's got some pizza stick going on there. So, I mean, they came in at the right way, you know, and they're using the counter gyro, which certainly helps them with that big vert spinning.
If you're gonna have a big vert, you pretty much need to have some sort of counter gyro.
This match really, I mean, there was only one way Black Dragon was going to win, and they had basically about 6 seconds to do it, or there wouldn't have been a count out. So, yeah, any longer, and definitely would have been Riperoni's.
So the speculation is that the counter gyro has gone out, and that's why it's getting so swirly.
Yeah.
The motor fell off entirely for their counter disc, and Anna showed it on the post show. The motor fell off completely, so they're wobbling all over the place right now.
Oh yeah, it's black. It's missing. Oh no, it's there now, but
they were having a lot of issues with it. I don't know if if the counter made it through it a full fight quite yet.
Okay, the fire. When the fire happens, I speculate, and I believe this happened to me once. I believe that a spark hit the battery because of the way that it lights up. Just watch it. I had that exact thing happen in Taxes. A spark, I believe, a titanium spark went right into the battery and just boom. Because just watch when they start on fire, it's just like that one. You see that spray a spark?
Well,
I think it went right into a battery.
Were they trying to ignite their propane at the same time? Or
whatever
do they have
they don't have a flamethrower.
Are you
They do
sure?
have a flamethrower.
They do, yeah.
Not in this fight.
Use it that often. Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, so that might be a propane
Yeah,
fire.
they do have
Okay.
one.
Yeah, maybe it was the spark. Maybe the propane was leaking and the spark ignited it. Because that would explain why there's no white smoke here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's batteries.
All right.
Doesn't really look like it.
Now,
Oh. Hold on. Does anyone know this? I think that they've answered this, but is the 2 different size wheels like being geared differently? Is that for anything, or were they just like, this will look funny?
Probably just to be different, something different.
yeah.
I remember, like, in a post fight, he was like, "Oh, I've worked so hard in the spot. Like, the gearing on the wheels took so much work, and like, if it's for shits and giggles, that's kind of funny. You're like, oh, it was so difficult to make it aesthetically do this funny thing."
Yeah.
It may be to help with the balance as well a little bit. If it gets tipped over one side, it's got a big wheel to get more contact. I'm not too sure. But
Oh yeah, because it would
one
want to
theory.
lay on that side. You might be right that wheel might have needed to be bigger, because it would lay off the counter spinner. Now I believe the announcers are wrong here. They say they got to show some movement or they're going to get counted out. If you don't get off the shelf in 10 seconds, isn't that the rule?
Correct.
I believe so.
Yeah, you've
yeah.
got to get off the shelf entirely.
The shelf.
Yeah, that's why it's flashing red.
Yeah, you've got to get off the shelf. Even if you're moving on the shelf, you're going to get
Yeah.
counted out.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
I think it's a shorter than normal. So normally you have your 20-second grace period and then your 10-second count out.
Right.
I don't think you get the grace period.
I think it's 10. And then a count out.
Is it 20 maybe? 10 or 10 seconds and then a 10-second count out?
Does anybody know? Chat?
Aaron
I
Hill
feel
would
like
know.
they sped it up a little bit because it was so close to the end of the fight.
Yeah, wait, yeah, that might be true because I think Blip was stuck on the shelf for a full 30.
Right. Yep.
So it's probably the same as like lack of movement on the count out, but on the shelf.
Okay.
In theory, you should be able to move on the shelf, and if you can't get off the shelf, you're still counted out.
It was a real heartbreaker of a fight as a Riperoni fan. They've had a great season. I was just gutted they couldn't go that little bit further. But a great fight all round.
Yeah, I'd be curious to talk to them about a postmortem. I'm sure they'll do something.
No,
Because-
I mean, you can't ask for a better rookie season, really.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
Very, very popular team. Lots of new fans. Really good stuff by them.
Well, and none of them are really rookie builders either, right? Like,
Right?
it's just-
Yeah.
Right.
They've been around.
Yeah. Fred from Valkyrie. I think
Yeah.
Anna's from Uppercut, right?
You.
And then
That's true.
the Star
You've got
Child
the
guy.
P1 guys.
Oh gosh, yeah. Brandon.
So it's
P1.
it's a rookie bot, not
Rookie bot.
Rookie
Not a
bot,
rookie.
not
Right.
not rookie people.
Yeah.
kind of like Fusion will be a rookie bot next year.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
Different bot.
whatever it's called. On that note, I do have a name for it.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't know if I want to reveal it.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Okay, cool.
So
Next we got.
this fight here, watching and rewind, the announcers seem to totally ignore the 2 outside forks on this bot. because they're like they don't mention anything until one of the long forks, and they're like, oh, they're gonna have to knock some of these forks off. Like, dude, you already knocked 2 of them off because it starts with 4.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, only when they knock off the one long one that they should really start to. They've lost one already there. They're down to 3.
Where is it then?
It just went flying off right away.
No, they really have Monsoon dialed in this year. You know, better than ever.
Yeah, this was
ground
this
game
result,
certainly helps.
This result was no surprise to me. I kind of thought this is how this was going to go.
I was quick to doubt Monsoon this year, but they've really been impressive.
No, and they've made some vast improvements on that bot. The old bot was probably, I seen some pictures, it was probably twice the size, so they really compacted it down.
And this, I'm just going to throw this out. I'd really like to have somebody from Monsoon on one of our streams. I think it'd be really great. Tom, that's on you. You must know them, right?
Yeah,
I've seen Tom Brewster hanging around in Discord. I'll throw him an invite.
They spent enough time with the, you know, down at the fireside there by Tuscany.
It's now okay. Controversial question: are these both UK bots? Should they both be considered UK bots?
Yeah,
they're both UK bots, right? Yeah.
Cobalt started from the UK and went to an American team.
I think it's totally fair.
It still has a UK driver.
Right, but, well, maybe not next year.
They
but
won't next year.
If I drive my Mercedes in town, I don't call it a US car. Even if I make modifications to it. You know, it was designed and built in the UK.
Ah, that's compelling. That's compelling. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, even if I change the engine and put turbos on it and bought all kinds of other stuff, I'd still call it a German car.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Yeah. Well, they've got a Union Jack on it. That's why I figured the question needed to be asked.
Yeah.
So,
Derek
Tom,
says
are you happy
American.
to see your UK bots on BattleBots? Tom.
Oh, I'm really glad that UK bots are there. It's well, now that we've lost Robot Wars again, it's great to see the UK guys mixing it up over there with the elites and the best of the best. Hope one day we get a UK giant nut win and we'll bring it home.
Would you watch it anyways without UK bots?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. Any Robot Combat's good Robot Combat, unless it's Clash bots. That show was a train wreck.
Well, can you rank your favorite to least favorite UK bot in BattleBots this season?
Oh, this season, that's going to be very tough. I always love John Reed and Beta, just because of how long they've been there. So that'd be pretty high. Cobalt again. You're asking me to pick between my favorite kids. I'm just glad they're all there.
There's a movie based on that, dude.
Oh,
she had to pick. Sophie had to pick.
I have a big announcement. I'm
pregnant?
expecting.
More cats?
No, a kid.
What?
Yeah. Sometime in the next 25 years, I'm hoping.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I was about to say, not the X again, Reese.
No.
Yeah, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no.
We're doing
You're expecting to be expecting.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility. You can't count it out just yet.
So
it's not looking good.
How are you and Daniel
I'm
getting
hanging
along?
in there.
Before this match, how are
me and Daniel?
Yeah.
Really good. Same as normal. He's our smoking buddy, so you go outside, you smoke with Daniel, everything's all good there. I think he was a little razzled though, because I walked up to him with a big old pipe wrench, and that might have scared him a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen him before matches before, and he gets super nervous, and he's really was bad with this one.
Justifiably so, because with Fusion, if it doesn't start on fire, it probably doesn't go well.
Yeah. Oh, you want to vent on it? So you need to make a little scoop. I'm just so happy that you have batteries intact.
Yeah, some people like you caught on fire. That's not a fire. Oh, yeah. So everybody, this is how you're supposed to act after a fight, by the way.
Oh, you want to vent? Scoot. I'm just so happy that you have batteries intact.
Trevor and I were.
Go ahead.
Put your mustache back on, Terry.
Trevor and I were editing a pre-show hype video, and there was a video that we used of Daniel and Reese talking before the fight, and we had to edit out them like joking and smiling to make it seem like there was like a very tense conversation. Like there's like we had to cut very tightly between like Reese making a joke and Daniel laughing, and like Daniel like patting him on the shoulder like that.
Well,
too.
and here's the thing: so they didn't air it. They didn't air a lot of my interview actually. Funny thing was, Daniel came up to me and he's like, "I'm looking forward to this fight, just because you, not a good driver. Your brother Jake, good driver, but you're a fighter, not a driver." And yeah, one of the mental things going into this fight for Daniel is I normally have forks on. I took the forks off, so he knew I was going weapon to weapon, or trying to, at least. And I think that might have got inside his head a little bit.
Well, it was working.
I did notice
Let's
that.
just talk about that.
Well, it was working up until the caps exploded on the speed controls again.
Yep. And so we did have a breakthrough at the shop this week. I ran into the office like a little schoolgirl. Said, I got a breakthrough here.
How he normally runs, just by the way.
Yeah. It's
definitely pointed the fire.
It's definitely the capacitors on the speed controllers. Now, I'm kind of hesitant because I don't want to share this information.
Reese,
this is top secret.
I got a package for this.
So we're skipping the fight where it explodes and going straight to talking about why.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah, we got time.
Go ahead, tell your story now.
So this was my autopsy on a speed controller we had. These are the Scorpion 300s, the golds. We ran these in the Piglet for that egg beater test, and you can see there the red positive wire is just shot completely out of it. As we get inside here, you can start to see some things. There's basically a plasma cut hole through the board, through everything, where the capacitor either discharged or it shot the foil back through the speed controller. And that's your Eureka there. And so right there, that's where the FETs sit, the second set of FETs. There's a curved channel right below that capacitor. Like just like the foil shot straight back through it.
And of course, there's urethane on these caps that, for strength and shock absorption. And then they're sitting in another shock absorb isolated bracket. So they're still seeing too much shock for those type of caps.
Yeah. And so the last stream I was saying, why do they even need caps? And Jameson chimed in and said, well, it's for filtering, and I don't like them. I don't like them because I've had a lot of fights because of them. There's a beagle.
Yeah, he's all excited.
But how this ties into this fight here. This was not your typical fusion fire. This was not your random spontaneous combustion here. What happened was Minitour, what I did not know during this fight was that Minitour was inverted. And had I known that, I probably would have used the horizontal. But I went vert to vert, weapon to weapon, and that just it thunderstruck my bot and shook the caps and just blew up. So,
but we did have another positive development this week, and that our latest speed controllers came in, and we're in the process of testing them right now. These are brand new pre-production models.
So we are a go for Fusion 2023, which
That never happens.
will not be called Fusion. I'm thinking, okay, so Fusion makes a noise, right? The new bot will make a noise much, much more incredible because the weapons are about a half an inch apart from each other and the air is going to chop against each other and it's going to sound like a freight train. And so I'm going to reveal it. What about Tone Deaf for a bot name?
That definitely
That's what Terry's shaking his head.
No feels?
Here's
No
my
feels?
vote. Here's my vote. If we need to change the name from Fusion because the bot is changed too drastically for some reason, we need to change off of Fusion to something else. I'm thinking Thunderstruck.
I like that.
I like Thunderstruck. By the way, that was also my idea.
Reese, you got a question here. A few people have asked us, asking about using dry ice to keep Fusion cool.
It's not necessarily the constant heat issue where, I mean, it's mostly a shock issue.
Right.
Right now it's a shock. Right. I would rather have a lipo fire than these speed control fires.
Now our speed controllers are mounted. They're mildly shock mounted. They're surrounded by foam and they're in a little rubber isolated basket on top of the horizontal, but it apparently is not enough.
Well, the thing does hit surprisingly hard for the size of its weapons. And we hope to continue that with the new design. The weapons will probably be a little bit bigger.
Probably.
So is this like maybe a confirmation bias thing from my side, or has anyone else noticed that Fusion tends to pop more when it's upside down?
That could be because it actually ends up upside down pretty often, and the drum is then grinding on the floor. There's not enough clearance there, and that might be a separate issue.
Interesting. Okay, because
just like some nubs help.
The tantrum fight, it's upside down. Pop. This one,
that was driver error. That was me. I was on top of him. I tried spinning up the drum in a last ditch effort.
Sure.
And the drum was locked between on tantrum. And so when I tried spinning it up, it couldn't go anywhere, and it just blew up.
Does anybody have a clip of the really basic 3D rendering of the new Fusion that maybe you run
I
on?
really don't want to show it. I did send it to Dick though.
I do have it. Well, he's looking for that. A lot of people ask, why do I make these? Why do I make these side by sides? See, side by side. This is the same fight. This is the same moment in this fight. So here exclusively, you get both these views.
Also, Fusion can drive somewhat at this moment, but once again, my wheel is stuck in the floor.
Oh, I did have another
kill saw. And then something happened here where the speed controller must have jammed up, just melted, fried away the receiver wires.
Right.
And so I could not shut the weapons off at that point. And I told John Remar, ref, I'm like, I can't shut it off, man.
Hi, Reese.
He's like, oh, all right. And then it ended up dying.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a trend.
All right, I was able to clear your interview.
Can't call it a success.
It was a pretty good season. I would have liked to go longer than 10 seconds. I don't know what happened there. Wait a minute, where have I heard that before?
Never. Never heard that before.
No, it was it looks bad, coming back for the third season with a bot and having the same burning problems and whatnot. But it was a much better season because we could finally see, what this bot can actually do in a few of the fights.
Reese, you had the perfect opportunity there to say, well, I guess that didn't work for a shit, and call back to Terry 20 years earlier.
Yeah. So I have a perspective change on Fusion. What I'm gonna try and play it out as. This was the beta model. This was us doing trials and tribulations for 3 years to figure out the optimum changes we need to make. And now we got it. Now we really got it figured out with the new
Terry,
Fusion.
How long will we fight Hydra when they don't understand how high the opponent's going to go?
What do you mean? They haven't figured it out yet?
Yeah, it's still, gotta move the camera up. Well, it's already out of range.
This is super zoomed out too. Yeah, more than normal.
Everybody that's asking, I think that's the ceiling clip right there. And we got Rachel. What's your story about the confirmation on that?
Yeah, I remember standing somewhere with Jake. I don't know if we were like outside in Battery after a fight or if we were up by the driver's box for another fight. But someone from this, like, they call them safety bots, the crew that goes inside and like does all that stuff in the box between the fights. Someone came up and said, "Hey, they found a dent in the ceiling." And we suggested that it was around the place that the very, very tall Deathroll fights or Deathroll flips had occurred.
Wasn't it
So
Mark
I don't
Jeffries?
know, striking of a dent, if it was just like a little like
No,
tap.
it was. I always get it wrong. It's not Chuck and Nola's kid. It's Nola and somebody else's kid. He's
The cool guy.
like the big 7 foot tall guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to find a picture of him. He's
I mean,
really cool guy.
right after this fight, I'm standing back there by the normal spot, and photographer comes over there and shows me several close-ups of it, and what I seen was the bot was certainly past the lights. I mean, the trusses for the ceiling are at 16 feet, okay, and
From
the
what
lights
we
hang
know.
below that, and Deathroll was sitting up there spinning, hovering aside of the lights.
I have those
I couldn't
pictures.
actually see from the still photos that if it changed direction by actually hitting the truss.
Yeah.
But if it didn't hit, it was like a quarter inch away.
Okay, Andrew. Jake couldn't make this podcast, but I keep saying this is Jake's story to tell because I don't have firsthand knowledge of this.
Mhm.
But I am gonna rumor some here. I remember Jake telling me that somebody showed them a photo on their phone. They weren't willing to send it to him because then we would possess it. So
yeah.
It might end up being a liability or something like that.
Yeah, they don't want to really. They really don't like us talking about this kind of stuff. Although it was such a tiny nick that it's not like we rigged a bot up into the lights and stuck it up there and collapsed the ceiling or something.
I thought it hit twice. I thought it hit off the Lexan right in front of the judges.
That was a really good shot. Yeah.
It did that too. Yep.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna fill this in as much as I can. So there's a very aggressive attack that Jake does here. Did it happen already? Where it takes off one of the air scoops. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
the
that
damage
hit the
to
chain.
the drive.
Yeah.
That knocked the chain off, and as long as he's going forward and not going backwards too much, it's okay. It's just freewheeling that one.
Right.
And then
The bracket was bent in a little bit, so as soon as he goes backwards, that chain's going to run right off that sprocket, and that's what happened after the stoppage of the fight right here.
Right. Oh, this is really interesting too. I mean, maybe just for me more than anybody else, but to be able to show this video I had to cut the crowbar guy out.
Try.
I could not get this to pass YouTube's copyright checks until I cut out the crowbar guy.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Very copyrighted.
Maybe.
Well, I didn't want to use his name, but maybe his likeness. Yeah, maybe he's copyrighted his likeness. Because I finally figured it out, and then I just edited it, as you'll see here. It's just like, boom, they're separate. They're separated.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this too is that was a long time. Like the separation process, timed really hard to sort of like conceptualize when you're in a context like that, but it was a long time. It was so long that both competitors were like, hey, like what's going on? And there was discussion about that it not be possible to separate and going to judges from there.
That blade was embedded into the tie, and there's a void right in that spot, right behind it. But it's really, really close to the chain for the front wheel, which is, of course, got most of the weight on it.
Yeah.
And we're really worried about them when they're barring it apart. That that was going to knock that chain off also, because if that one comes off and then he backs up and lost his other one, I mean, he's basically dead.
Pretty much dead. Luckily, though, Deathroll's weapon stopped working after that.
I was going to say, it would have really sucked for Deathroll if that's what killed their weapon, the shaking and trying to crowbar to get them loose. If that,
I mean, it was working before that, right? Because they got stuck in Hydra.
I think they're running mag motors and BBs on there too, and it really should have kept going.
It should have.
It's surprising that it did.
There's very few. The most compelling video would have been if they would have stuck a camera right in our team's face and watched our reactions when they were sticking that crowbar in, because you can see Rachel at one point in the actual show itself that I had to cut out because that was all crowbar shit. Her face when they're crowbarring in that hole, we were not happy.
No, they'll any place that gets purchased from them to stick the crowbar in, they'll do it. Like they kind of don't care. I know that there was an issue. They used to have these hooks to lift the bots on their carts when they were taking them out, and I believe at least once
they hit right on the chains. Yep.
Yeah. They just. It's not like these people's job to know what's going on with these bots and every effing square inch of them.
But
if they're handling them. Right, and then they go and handle them in ways that could negatively affect them. I wouldn't be confident to say that where they were wrenching on and taking at Deathroll would make their weapon stop. It could have been burnt out doing shit to try to unstick themselves, because they let us attempt to unstick individually for quite a while too.
There he is, the man, the myth, the somewhat of a legend, Jacob Ewert.
I got an hour late to his own show.
Take my fake Jake Ewert out.
Yeah, I had to come back, folks. I'm sorry.
Fake Ewert.
Yeah, I heard the chat was going crazy, so I had to at least make an appearance for this sheer ass kicking that it was. Right.
Tell the ceiling story.
The ceiling story? We didn't know we hit it right off the bat.
Well, we're not looking up. We're not looking at the top of the.
Definitely not. I never look at the bot up in the air, so I don't actually know how high this stuff is, because I'm worried about them coming, back down on top of things. So you don't want to let them hit you. Unfortunately, if you go back to more of the beginning of the fight there.
Yeah, right here.
Let's keep going. So this is one that got really, really close, if not the one that actually hit. This is the one we got all the pictures of. But there's another one that they also said was pretty close, and they went in the box, safety crew, after the fact, and said, "Hey, I don't think that beam up there was bent last time." So that they pretty sure they heard it when it happened, and then they went in and inspected, and then they think they saw where it actually touched too. But the photographer guy, Mr. Longmire, he came up as I was walking down after the interview, and he just had to get the camera in my face and show us the shots that he got, because it was right there. He had the best one, so it was good stuff, yeah. Except right here, this is the bad spot. I got too aggressive, and you notice he just hit the back of my chain there. back it up just a smidge, right? I got a little over aggressive, and he landed on top, and he hit my back chain guard, which usually is okay. And going forward, where is this?
It's coming up
With the bot.
I went.
Okay.
I went back to
Okay.
It's right here when they
Right.
flip over. Right there.
There. He hits the back chain, right? Which is all well and good. As long as I'm going forward, the chain's now rubbing on a piece of titanium. But as long as it's going forward, it was fine. Problem is when we got the stick and I was told to back up, the chain was, pushed out and in front of the sprocket. So going backwards, it was able to roll off the chain. So that's what actually broke Hydra's drive. We went backwards to the chain right there on the back side, right there. Yeah. So as soon as that came off, then I have no more drive anymore.
Yeah.
The hit in the front just hit an air pocket, and there was actually no real, other than a hole in the bot, there was no real damage to it.
We have almost no named attachments, like other teams like give cute names and shit. But this is the Ribbot wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they forced it, so we had to make it. But yeah, my center wheel, because the chain is off, is just completely locked up at this point, and it's that fell off, and it's wrapped up around the wheel, and that's where most of our drive power comes from in Hydra. So 3 wheels work, but one of the main middle ones is not working right now, so it's limpy.
But it's important to understand that Hydra is designed with its turning center of turn to take into account. So though it is 6-wheel drive, it only drives normally on 4. The two back wheels don't touch the ground unless the front end comes up, and those are the get me the hell out of here wheels.
Yeah, the wedges on this
stuck up on
particular
another
setup
bot.
are welded together. Yeah.
Or the
It's
wall.
the same exact wedges he used against Ribbot last season, and we just made it a little bit nicer, sanded it so it was flatter and all that other good stuff. But you can see spurts of like it moving forward or it moving backwards. That's because the chain kind of unravels itself, and that's a pretty long chain. It's like 1.5 feet back, so there's a lot of chain just dangling out there, and eventually it kind of like loosens up, and then you'll get it pinged back up. But sometimes you can see it go forward, but sometimes it's not so great.
And
Raven,
Raven,
this is
what
really
if I told
complicated.
you
There's an air bladder.
What if
No,
I told you
The answer
that
that you can't. They're not because of the gyro of their weapon. They sort of go straight up, straight down.
Oh, she might be serious. Yeah.
No, I think she's serious.
I thought she was joking. Yes, when you flip a bot, when you put energy into any system, some of the energy is going to go into different vectors, and one of the things that flippers have to deal with is rotation of the opponent. So all the energy,
a big gangly bot is very hard to flip. Huge,
High,
for
flip
instance.
high.
if you look at free shipping, when it does like 15 like coin flip rolls in the air, a lot of energy went into rotating that bot
instead of going upwards.
Right. When the first death roll flip was sideways, so the force was going into up, and it resisted the rotation.
And death roll's perfect for this because he's
pretty compact.
He's compact. He's a steel bot, so he's rigid, so his bot isn't springy and taking out some of the force as well. And he doesn't spin. He doesn't do any rotation as much on this flip. So that means a lot of the energy is actually going to the up vector.
Because of the gyro on it, it's kind of going like this rather than going all the way around. So it essentially resisted the rotation. I thought she was making a joke. I apologize.
No, I think it was serious. It did go. It went really high. Jake, we were just talking about this. Do you want to weigh in on during the
yes, I was really afraid, but not because of necessarily the hit, because I knew where it was, but of the crowbars they were sticking into the hole and reefing on this thing because my chain is like right there.
Yeah, and if that one comes off, and then you back up, your back one comes off, you're dead on that whole side.
That whole side would have been dead instead of just one stuck kind of wheel where I could still move a little bit better. But yeah, they took a long time, a lot longer than it looked like on TV, to unstick those bots, and they were twisting them and rotating them and sticking a crowbar in the hole and trying to pop it around, and they don't know what they're hitting inside there, and The crowbar
And we
went a
don't
lot
care.
deeper into the bot than their blade did, which could
So-
have caused us a lot of issues.
I want to ask
Yeah.
Chad a question. Were you aware that Deathroll was stuck at the end of this fight?
Me?
Because I don't know.
Were they?
Well, we did.
The audience.
Yeah. Tom, did you know Deathroll was stuck? Look at
No,
this.
I didn't.
Look at this.
I
position.
don't even know this.
Oh wait, no, they were struggling to self-right. Their arm was the wrong side.
Yeah, you can see Jake. He's turned around already, getting ready for his interview.
Look, look.
Oh
They
yeah,
cannot-
their arm was the wrong way, and they couldn't get all the way over.
I remember this actually. I remember
Yeah.
seeing it on the screen.
Not to get off topic quickly, but we did get a super chat to come in from Jill. Did we read it out?
No, because somehow I lost my control for the chat, so I can't help with that.
I took it away from you
Oh.
since you were going to be here.
You jerk.
There's no
What's
comment.
that for?
Nobody
No, we got
loves.
another one.
Well,
She,
thank you,
she
Jill,
left it.
anyway, for the super chat. It's very
Ah.
cool.
There it
Oh,
is.
there we go. We got something.
Reese, maybe you can pay homage to your smoking legacy with a name that pays homage to 420. Maybe Quake and Bake or Banger.
Quake and bake would be his term because of his ideas.
Is this the next? Is this the next fight?
Yeah.
This was a painfully frustrating fight to watch.
This is
Okay,
like
Tom,
you have them
We're
stuck.
open to name ideas,
Just
people.
bite
Right
them.
now, the best idea
Terry.
is Thunder.
You're a UK guy, so explain to me how these UK guys don't seriously take advantage of this situation right here.
I've
At
been
least
asking
get
myself
behind
that
them.
since I watched it. I've been asking myself that since they watched it. They had the perfect opportunity to bite the wheels off,
They
bite
even-
in where they
it's-
wanted.
You even
It's
hear
one
them say,
thing
"Just
if
leave
you
him.
have a
Just let him
huge-
sit there."
If you have a huge weapon, right, and you're risking damaging yourself, they're not that type of bot. They could be on their backside and bite them 20 times, and it's not affecting them. They can
This-
use their weapon.
This move to the side is the mistake.
Yeah. Why
If
not
they would've
stay
just
behind?
Stayed behind them and just kept pushing them. Maybe they couldn't see the
Two.
forks in the slot. I don't know.
Yeah, like shove them further into the kill slot.
I mean, this couldn't have been a better start for Quantum. Here,
Right
Ribbot
there, the
comes
Cooper
out,
brothers.
rams his forks into the. Okay, come bite me.
Yeah, the Coopers were saying, shall we just leave him? And then he immediately, at least in the edit, gets straight out. And now Quantum is screwed.
I mean, it's tournament time, and they're still moving. They're just stuck, right? You have to be behind them. Even if you were going to wait for them to unstick, it's behind them. That's the move. Why would you
Right,
go to
so
the
they
side
have-
where they can get away?
Yeah, so they have to back onto your weapon
Right.
if they back
Yep.
up.
They back right into you, and you bite them again. Or you just bite them 10 more times while they're sitting there stuck. What's the difference?
Yeah,
So
they could have done
did-
anything they wanted to them.
So everybody was like, "Oh, this is crazy. This upset. They took out such a high seeded bot. Didn't Hydra take out Ribbot from a 32 fighting seed?
Yeah,
31,
an even higher
to
seed, yeah.
2.
31, I think, but yeah.
31, yes. 31
Well,
to
it-
2.
Yeah, but it was only got 31 because it fought in. It wasn't even the bracket.
Correct.
Well, true, yeah. So I was like
Yeah.
35th seed, if you want to really put it that way.
You'll see Quantum get beheaded here. Yeah,
I don't know.
the pressure gets
I
connected.
respect going for the bite that they have. We gotta try something, kind of move a bit
I mean,
straight on the weapon.
It just seemed like a golden opportunity there. Man.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
ask the chat, I guess.
Second time in a season where a kill saw really did this kind of.
Well, yeah, but that's also because they have stupid long forks. And 2 times
Yeah.
those people who ran the stupid long forks, they got stuck.
I mean, how many UK bots went out here?
Well, Beta, Cobalt, and Quantum.
Yeah, the seeding matchups do not matter. You could be a 1 against the 30 and still be against your Kryptonite. So they're still picking the matches. And then the
Someone like
seedings
Ribbot.
just kind of, work them way out.
Someone like Ribbot is really good fighting from beneath. I figured that Ribbot would do quite well. I'm just gutted it was at Quantum's expense.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't have been.
In
They
this,
should have been bit.
No,
many
they
times.
should have definitely clamped the wheel, right? Something
Absolutely.
to do a little bit of damage there.
Another-
I'm sure they
another-
regret it. I'm
Another
sure they
bite or
regret
two,
it.
right where they were.
and not to steamroll this fight for the previous one, but I think in this episode even, they're still saying that Ribbot is like truly modular. They can switch weapons with like 2 bolts, I think was the line. I don't think that's true anymore.
I don't know if it's true
They
anymore.
have a vert bot and they have a horizontal bot.
Definitely. Now they might be able to switch between them like days have passed.
Well, didn't they say?
I don't know if it's 2 bolts.
I think it's 2 bots, 2 totally separately designed bots. No,
They said
I
somewhere.
don't know about that.
They
I
said
think
somewhere that we can't use the horizontal because that bot is broken or something. They said that once somewhere.
yeah,
No, that could have been them, you know, just
trolling.
throughout the tournament, just trolling people. That could have been.
They did have a lifter that they never used.
Yeah, because they know it's not worthy to be in there.
Yeah.
This fight here turned out to be a lot better, just from a fan perspective.
Yeah, Switchback's been very impressive this year. They've probably had the best, from last year to this year, the best adaptation, the best change, the best glow up.
You sure about that? Because they
Oh,
didn't.
I think
I mean, overall design of the bot, yeah, changed miraculously, but it still didn't do spectacular. What did they win? Like 2 times?
They went 2-2 in the regular season.
they made the right. They went the right direction on their changes.
I think that my opinion on this is I think this is a bite issue. When they hit with high speed, they do get a pretty decent bite. But this fight, the angled like kind of reverse boat thing is going to be hard to get a good bite on.
Oh, absolutely. That's why they went with the armor.
Yeah, a horizontal against a wedge.
It's never good for a horizontal.
Switchback is not out of this fight. That front and side armor is really saving Switchback. They would have been knocked out.
They did say that if they didn't make the round of 32, they were going to retire Switchback. So at least we'll see it again next year. Hopefully, still more improved.
I do like it. I think it has promise. I think that
It's a novel idea, right?
they need to
Weapon
take
on
some
arm.
weight. They need to take some weight out of the weapon arm and make
I don't
it
know
up.
why they would retire this new version. I mean,
Yeah, he said it over Discord that their plan was if they didn't make 32, they weren't going to carry on with it just because of how much of an investment it is. But they're going to continue because they made it.
Well, armor is pretty durable, especially against the horizontal. And for Malice, they have a rather wide tooth, so it's really hard to dig into something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so chat, how do you feel about this armor decision here on Vita? Because it seems like they're just giving up.
It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again to expect a different result.
I don't mind it. A flat
Worse yet
flat
is
armor against a vert is not horrible.
Is Whiplash who doesn't have the reaction forks, so they can't pick up decent.
What I'm surprised at is when they got pushed into the wall there, apparently their frame got so fucking bent that their wheels couldn't touch the ground anymore.
Oh yeah, I see it.
high centered.
Yeah, something broke.
Well, Tom, what do you got to say for yourself? It's your favorite UK bot.
Horrible showing, Tom. What's wrong with your country?
I'm as disappointed as you are. I'm disappointed they went with that armor again, but I think they were going to lose either way, to be honest.
Personal Brexit is upon us.
Oh wow!
No, it wasn't
I
a
wonder
good
if this
day
is
for
true.
us.
Really?
That's true.
I wonder if that's true.
You know what? Are they too worried about taking damage to the expensive bits? Maybe.
Probably, yeah. And
I
maybe
mean-
they give up after the armor gets broken. I can't say I've seen it get broken.
Wouldn't this have been Hydra's first hammer bot to go up against?
Oh, you know what? I am sorry. There is a UK bot still in it. I was mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
We keep
Yeah,
forgetting
Monsoon.
about Monsoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Monsoon.
don't forget about Monsoon.
Don't sleep on Monsoon.
I was
Yeah.
really hoping for a Hydra quantum fight, hydraulic versus hydraulic.
Yeah, that would have been very cool. That would have been
I would have enjoyed it just to see what you put on your robot.
Jake,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
come
do
on.
have a nice wedge.
you don't love that matchup too much, do you? Quantum Hydra.
I don't love it. I think it's interesting from an external perspective.
He doesn't have as good a fork game as other people have, so I have a chance. And at least when I know I'm getting bit, I'm really screwed. Like if he actually bites me, yeah, it doesn't matter where on that.
Yeah, it's going right through anything.
Yeah. Oh, because there was a question about how thick the armor is on Hydra, and it's only 0.16 titanium, so it is less than nothing almost. Yeah.
Tin foil.
It's better
you could
than
probably
paper.
hit through it with a hammer.
It's been gnawed through a few times already. You know, Hypershock tore a similar hole. Right?
Yeah, it's that same front corner. Witch Doctor hit that one. Hypershock hits that one.
Hey, somebody asked who gave Hydra the most damage.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to decide that last week.
I'd have to say immediately Hypershock when they were upside down and flipped themselves into the corner. That was a big gash.
Nope, that one wasn't that bad.
Minitour looked like it was bad.
I think we came up with it was actually Tantrum.
Probably Tantrum because of the damage to the hydraulics.
Because of the damage to the hydraulic block that we had to actually get rid of. Otherwise, the bites in the side haven't really been horrible, right?
It's thick enough to keep the shit from falling out. That's how thick
it is. It's probably the thickness of a piece of paper.
It's very thin.
Yes, super thin.
So what is it, 0.04?
You don't want to get hit there. That's a bad spot.
Is it 0.04 of an inch?
Yes, 0.04 of an inch, 40 thousandths.
What's the take on cutting out the walk end for this fight, I think? And
they cut mine out too, so they could get the interview.
They cut stuff that they don't like if they're just not worthy of it, I guess. I don't know.
This is the second time a Whiplash win has been their post-fight win has been cut.
Wait, there's no post-fight interview?
No, I don't think so.
They cut a lot of those out.
Sorry, Terry,
I've never seen that.
I had to put this in for completeness. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I just think it's such a bummer. Like, it is so weird. The BattleBots is reaching this weird point where, like, it's become so much less about the robot fighting that if you're literally a tournament bot and your post-fight interview wasn't like something explosive.
Can we change the category of what Blip is? He's not necessarily a flipper. He's a blipper, right?
It's a wedge.
I'm gonna give it to you. He's a wedge.
No,
he's a flipper.
He can
and he's got really, really cool tech that's inside it, right? And it's built like a tank. It's built to be a brick, right? But the whole operation of how it works is, unfortunately, to him, just doesn't work. You can't.
We can't bag on Blip too much because people don't like it.
I'm giving them praise. I'm just saying it's the implementation of the bot in engineering is outstanding. It's just we've never actually got to see it really do its thing.
Sometimes it's not a matter of if it can be done. It should be done.
Well, he can't drive fast while he's spinning the weapon.
Just it. He
it's
can't
the gyro problem
because it gyros all over the place.
He can't flip all the time because of the gyros.
If he goes against horizontals, he's built like a tank. You know, he can take those, and he's got pretty good wedge game.
Yeah. So I think
now, Aaron, if you're listening, turn it into a horizontal. There you go.
So I think that this is a magnet issue. I think they got something metal stuck under their bot here for a second.
No, it was their fork.
Well, their fork
got bent completely
back under
90 degrees downwards.
No, they didn't have a downstop?
No, I guess not. Or it broke.
Well, there it just came off. See, that's why I thought it was magnet. See, it just came flying off for no reason. Did you see that?
The other problem with Blip, especially in this fight, is that you've got their flipper, then you've got a wall in front of it. In this case, they could have done with their flipper being on the ground, and they'd have had a much better chance.
Right,
they
but
don't have a wall in front of them.
Most people don't do that because they don't want it damaged. Lucky does the same thing.
Watch this fork come off.
2 flywheels, not bad. Sounds very complex, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, like...
This is similar to the Hydra Sawblaze fight, though. I mean, you ended up getting his one fork bent early on, which kind of screwed up his driving and wedge game the rest of the match.
I don't know. It just comes off. It comes out from under Blip so easily. I just thought it was stuck on with the magnet.
One of the shots from
No,
Sawblaze
there's a
killed
spot
Blip
early
Slipper.
on where you can see the front is completely tipped up because the fork is under there.
I mean, I want to just bag on Blip for, you know, we went straight flipper to flipper against Sawblaze, and they were complete ass kickings, except one was in one direction, one was in the other. But I
think
can't,
at this point,
it's
yeah,
just
Blip
it's just so
Slipper is
cute,
down.
right?
That's a problem with having your flipper set up. I don't know, 10 inches. What would you say?
Well,
6?
There's a big
Beyond that,
difference.
what are you going to do when you flip them? I mean, is there any arena outs?
No.
Can you
can't.
actually damage most bots dropping them from 16 feet?
Not normally, but you can set them off guard and rip your flywheel up, and then you can get a big flip on them. But
I mean,
it's a 2-stage process at that point, and it's not ideal.
I think Aaron's gonna see the light that it's cool to make a flipper, but it's not the thing.
Well, how many
Right.
opponents are
Especially
really
not in this
scared to go
arena.
up against any flipper?
Without arena outs, I mean, you're
Nobody.
solely depending on gravity to destroy your other bot. And it's
Nobody's
very
afraid
tough.
to go against a flipper.
They're afraid to lose, but they're not.
They're
afraid.
afraid. Yeah, they might be afraid to lose, but they're not afraid of the flipper.
Like, the only way you can really win with a flip now is just to keep juggling them. You can't throw
Yeah,
them out.
and
in the
if it doesn't count as damage every time you flip them, it's like, okay, how do you win the damage war then? They hit
Which
you with
sucks.
the spinner once, and it takes out 10 flips.
It sucks because flippers. I mean, when you see a bot,
They put on an excellent show.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. The fans can see that bot is this high in the air.
Well, I mean, look, there's 16 left in it, right? How many have spinners?
Right.
Everyone but one.
We should put spikes on the roof so you can throw them up into the spikes.
Yeah.
The thing as well is they went 6 seasons without having to block off the ring out zones for safety, and now this year they decide they have to.
Ah, interesting.
I don't
Jake.
know why they did it. Just
Yeah.
protect the Lexan. The Lexan's still getting hit.
Well, if they just stop with flamethrowers, they would have never needed those sneeze guards. That's simple fact of it, right? Yeah, they have
You think it's
lipo
because
fires,
of
but
flamethrowers?
those are always contained inside the bot. So
Yes, Aaron is working on a multibot. I hear.
The twins.
I hear.
I heard some things about that, which is why I think he might not be bringing Blip back.
And he's not
I
bringing
mean-
Tantrum back.
We're trying to not bring Hydra back. We see the writing on the wall. I mean, I think Aaron's pretty smart, and he probably feels kind of the same way, I would think. Not that I'm putting words in his mouth, but
No, he's already
I mean,
said over
I'm
Discord
feeling
that
his
Tantrum is
pain on the
staying at
flipper
home.
front.
What was that, Tom? About Tantrum?
He said that Tantrum is taking a season off, and Blip's going to be coming back with the twins, their new cluster bot.
So this is
This
interesting.
is funny when we made the Piglet, which was a test for the new Fusion. That bot weighed what 95 pounds, and it wasn't optimized. So you could make a really devastating weapon on a middleweight. Problem is, if you go up against a big horizontal, it's going to be tough to have enough armor for it.
Yep.
But it's going to be really hard on bots like Hydra that,
Yeah.
Oh,
one's
worse.
going to get
Trying to
get
battle.
around to the back and sides, and a lot of bots aren't, can't
I think
sustain hits. back.
conversely, though, it's tough to drive 2 bots in the same arena and coordinate. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't work with the Meddler and Sal. Now, granted, the Meddler drove for shit, and I'm a shitty driver, but it's tough. I mean, now that's one more thing to worry about.
Wait,
Yeah.
Justin, there's a lot of solutions for this. I think that they could just lay it flat. They could put it. They could just put it so it's flat in the bot, and
Yeah.
then it would, find a way to, essentially you'd have to kind of change the mechanism a little bit.
That
But-
would make it so they didn't do their
Gyroing,
crazy
yes.
turnaround when they're trying to self-right too.
Mhm.
I mean, the counter rotating flywheel. Yeah, maybe you could do that, but these bots are so dense that there's not much room, and they're twiddling everything for weight.
Yeah.
To get these bots in weight. So when we say, just put a counter thing in, or anytime we talk about we'll just add this thing to your bot, then you're like, okay, well, what should we take off the bot?
The 40 pounds of armor, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought this was interesting. I was going through the edits. There's this this montage I kind of have of this is I believe this is after Rotator. Rotator. So I've got this.
No, it's got the huge bar on it. On the horizontal.
I think
this is after huge.
Oh, maybe.
There's two separate full like
And there we are using our tiny little weapon as a pry bar. Fulcrum.
Yeah, trying to bend the wheel pod back out.
Yeah, and that goes, so that's the dentated wheel pod because I have the wheel pod reinforcement that I'm going to show after this. So
everyone's on it.
Was that huge that knocked that in?
Yeah. Yep. Huge knocked that one in.
So look at those calves! Look at those calves!
Yeah,
I just want to explain to the fans. Rachel, you help me out with this. This is what we call Ewert brain.
Yeah. Yep.
Explain what we call Ewert brain.
So there's this really interesting phenomenon, and you can kind of see it with Dick just sort of standing there. They do these things with pretty much no discussion. They all at once see the thing that isn't working or the thing that is working or what they need to do different or better or more, and they are all just doing it. And it's really kind of fully insane to see, like, these completely wordless, huge multi-man operations taking place and nobody's discussing them. Like, no one's like, oh, we should move it down or this way or that way. Like, they all just see it at one time and just do it. And they're like, group chats are the same. Like, even they just like say things and suddenly everybody knows exactly what's going on. And the people that we call B team, which is me, Trevor, and Dick, are like, and they're like, no, we said it yesterday in chat. And we're like, no, you did not. You said like a one-word thing that suddenly everybody understood. Like, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I will send, this is full disclosure. There are times when in chat, I'll just go to Rachel, what do you think this means?
Yeah, and we have to like Ewert whisper it.
We just have to look back.
That means this, this, and this.
Well, you bring what you can to the pit, and you're always limited, you know.
Hey,
you
shout
really
out to
use
Pedro.
a large press.
Shout out to Pedro, Mr.
Yeah.
Welder Man.
It's a really good idea. You can see it's definitely a team effort when it comes to things like that anyways. I mean, when you're just swapping out batteries for the next match, well, then you don't have a lot of that going on.
So what are you doing here, Reese?
I'm dabbling. Or
He's
dabbing.
pulling down the weld so it doesn't wreck his vinyl.
Dabbling.
Like, right there.
I'm going to turn this back up. You can hear it hissing.
It's just a wet rag. I'm keeping it cool. I don't want to heat affect the any of the AR around there. Granted, you're welding, you're going to do some of that. Just trying to minimize it.
There's a fish scale.
That's the fish scale. That's how we fine tune the both horizontal and vert the belts, belt tensioning. So this year, what we did differently with Fusion, not many people know this, we're using the belts to limit the weapon output to the motors. So if we did a bunch of testing at the shop. If your belts are a certain tightness, they cannot output more power than they can, and the belt will slip. The belt will end up slipping.
Basically, we're using speed controls that aren't current limiting, and so we're limiting the torque with the belts.
And so the theory was, all the testing at the shop we had, it ended up being 16 pounds at the middle point of the vert belts. And there's a little line on your special measuring tool there to get it to the right spec.
Special measuring tool? It's a fish scale, right?
But that piece of metal.
There's a piece of metal on there. We got lines on it, so you go till you hit the frame at the certain line, and you know what the.
It's like a weapon sight.
A hard sight, yeah. Not very accurate.
No, it's really not. But yeah, basically you you do the same spec, and no matter what, the speed controller cannot output more than 250 amps to the weapon because it will start slipping.
But yet it still starts on fire.
Because of the
You
shock.
went over
It's
that
a
already.
different. It's a different thing.
Yes, that is Hydra's drive wheels because we use the same drive wheels, same drive motors. We try to reuse kind of the same stuff between bots as much as we can.
And we've been using those for what, 3 years
Since
now on
South.
both?
Hold on, Dick. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
Yeah. So we
Go
originally
look at the weapon, the wiring plugs there.
we
There you go. So there, you can see those are the wires inside of the bot. They are marked with yellow tape and have blue plugs on them. Not for any particular reason other than when we configure our batteries, we plug one battery into another and another battery into the opposite side. Just a little train here to daisy chain them, and then we plug the harness plug into the missing spot. That's how we get our series battery.
We're gonna
Now
need a draw. We're gonna need a drawing, but what he's saying is the plugs come out, and they've got 3 plugs. And instead of plugging into the plugs, he takes one plug and turns it and plugs it in. So now you've got 2 plugs connected, and then he takes another plug and plugs that into that one, and then he rotates them. It's psycho.
It's really scary.
It's an explosion waiting to happen.
Yep. One wrong mistake.
If you
and put lipos
plug
directly
one
together.
battery in wrong, you're going lipo to lipo and will fucking blow up. So it's a tense moment putting the batteries in fusion.
Yeah.
Everybody goes silent. Trevor and I stand next to him, and we're like watching him do this like weird
Jenga.
type of voodoo. We're like,
Trying not to make him nervous.
I have never felt this fear. I just
Trevor hasn't done
I'm
that.
head empty.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know the
Right,
danger
exactly.
of appearance.
I knew how like disgusting it was.
Next year he's gonna be like,
No, I'll forget. I'll just forget.
So I see
Okay.
something in chat here about hair. Weasel, hair ties. Why don't you
Oh.
tell the story about the grinder?
Oh, the grinder.
Where's the
Yeah.
pictures?
Grinder story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Grinder story.
No.
This is the only time that I know of that Weasel got caught in a
I
machine with
don't
the hair.
know about that. I almost got my scalp ripped off. That was fun.
Is there a picture of that?
There's not a picture
Of the
because
grinder?
everyone was concerned whether or not
Oh,
my head
that's
was okay.
right. We were
Because okay, what
We had
happened?
to call 911 on that one.
What happened was we were putting a little addition onto the shop, little loading dock, and I was out there grinding this piece of steel away for our concrete form, and the grinder kicked back, caught one of my luscious locks, and instantly wrapped around it because they spin pretty fast. Wrapped around it, got locked on my head, and there I sat with a fucking grinder as a pigtail. And so Pete, he's like, "Hey man, are you all right?" I'm like, well, this grinder's kind of stuck on my head." And he starts fishing through shit. He starts pulling out clumps. He's like, "Holy shit, man, your hair is gone." And so that's the first haircut I had in 9 years.
It's from a grinder.
By the
Tangling
clump.
up. Yeah, and these things aren't like spinning slow either. It's a couple thousand RPM. So when it touches his hair, it instantly like wraps up and whacks him in the head with the grinder.
there was a thump. There was a thump. I vaguely remember a thump.
What hair,
But,
Glorified? What hair?
That was fun.
yeah, Jake, you ever consider just go full shave head, like doing that as the look?
He
I
does
did
that
it
once a
for
year.
like a week. Yeah. Usually I do something really
Probably get
stupid
caught,
every
right?
time I get a driver's license. Like
That's
this one
so
year,
funny.
we had these little squishy end things, but I like squished them and they sucked to my face. Okay, but I put like a lot of them on, and then when I took them off, I didn't think nothing of it, but they left little round hickeys all over my face, right? And the next day, I had my license photo taken. So I had all these dots. It looked like I got hit with an explosion of pepper balls or whatever it was that they make for the tanks. And yeah, it was not good. No, I had that one for what, 6 years, 8 years? That license.
What were you doing with the little vinyl caps?
Yeah, the little vinyl caps. Yeah, the little squishy things. So I just stuck them all over my face, squished them, and so they suctioned on there. And it was just cool walking around with them on, right? Well, yeah, I took them off and they were suctioning. Well, see, I used to do the tough guy face, right, Dick? That was first season, tough guy.
Yeah. Now you're doing the happy.
And then after that, it's like everybody else kind of tried to get in on that and do that.
Well,
stuff.
because Dick started waving. He started waving at everybody. You're trying to do a cool face, and he's waving at everybody. That don't work.
We just started doing the fun face then. It's a lot easier. Plus, when you cover your, do your thing, you're covering your sponsor logo, so you can't do that.
See, that's why my next tattoo,
I always do the open so that you can see
is going to be Udder Gun.
So
Sick.
One on one arm, one on the other.
Mm-hmm. Now
the Jake finger wags my.
No. If Jack Links wants to come out here, give me $100,000 for the next fusion to tattoo Jack Links on this forearm. You bet your ass I'm gonna do it.
Watch your arm be blurred next time you go on.
Did you show him the rest of your tattoos yet?
I mean, on the last stream.
No, I don't think you showed them all.
Maybe you could just do a temporary tattoo for $50,000.
Oh yeah, just on the face, so it's always in camera. They can't do nothing about it.
So here's
Post
my top
Malone Weasel. Who wants to see that?
Let's go through
Weasel?
this. I want Jack Links. I want Jack Daniels. 2 Jacks. Weird.
You could go Jack and then have Links Daniels.
Yeah, so I can flip it around. Yeah.
You do links under the arms.
There you go.
Links.
That's an idea.
What about in the box?
No, you don't, Kyle. You didn't beat
nobody.
nobody.
What do you mean in the box? On the box?
Jack in the box.
Oh.
My company's called Toss Salad. Yeah, absolutely. Let's have at her. You call me up, Jake@Whyachi.com. You send me an email right now. We're doing business tonight, and it'll go right down with the BD guys.
Yep. What about jacking off?
Jack's Pizza.
Brand.
Yeah,
Jack,
this is Jack's. This says
off.
Daniels, Links, off, pizza. You just rotate them.
I've been late to the chat. Weasel, are you drinking this, chat?
Yeah.
Has anybody asked him to
I've been drinking more than normal. It's just I'm kind of fresh off a nap here, so I'm still a little bit weird.
There's one important thing.
South of Oshkosh off 41. I know where that is.
What do you got, Tom?
What down there?
Yeah, there's one important thing from the episode we haven't covered yet.
No, don't do the hero shots video. They're so cringe.
You don't like watching yourself on TV?
No,
Get part of the party here.
In particular, it's videos of these videos are like so fucking weird.
Look at your resting bitch face right now.
Oh,
I'm so tired by the time we did this. We did these so late.
Oh yeah, these were pretty late, weren't they?
And tired. We're like sleeping like 4 hours a night. It's totally insane for them to have asked us to do these.
The cringiest moment for me was when they made
what percentage of the time does she look like that?
Like right now, look at her. Look at her. She's got it on right now.
Same face. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Like after I make a bad joke.
she's got to put the shoulders into it. I see.
Hey, nice Udder Gun hat. I like it.
Reppin'.
The cringiest moment for me,
pizza.
was probably season 2 of Sao, and they came up. They're like, "Hey, Luke, Reese, you guys are like heavy hitters. Come up there and like punch at the camera." I'm like, "What do you mean punch at the camera?" They're like, "Just give us a punch." And that was probably the weirdest. That was probably the weirdest moment.
Okay, what was the
that
best one? What was the best action shots that we did?
We went through this.
The door kick.
The door kick? That was
It's
the best
the
one?
fucking door kick. It's the door kick. That was
They
the
didn't use
coolest.
it. Did they use it?
They did use
No.
it. They used
Yeah,
they
once.
used
At least
shot.
once.
It was like- the door kick
These
was
ones.
incredible.
So we were at this we were at this old facility, and the door was like already half off the hinge or whatever, and we're just like in this ratty old hallway for some reason, and I don't know how it came up. I think Jake was like, he was like, come through the door, and Jake's like, well, I could kick it open.
They didn't believe me either.
He kicks
And
it.
the door
Slam
comes
open.
slamming open.
Dick and I file out, and we're like, and they used the shot of us coming out, but they didn't use the door kick, and I think that that's an affront to God.
It was
honestly.
it was
the
too violent for
coolest
TV,
shot.
I think.
Well, there's also another one, the first ABC season reboot, where the grandson Corbin was along.
Yeah.
And we were in that other, I don't know, it looked like some old chicken coop barn, right? Real dusty and dirty kind of warehouse there, and he was opening a door. It was an overhead door, and he was opening it up with the pole with the chain, and that kind of opened that. I think it was in the first episode to open that season.
Oh, the door while he was doing the chain
Yeah.
on the door?
And
No.
he was what, 4 at the time?
No, had to be older than that.
2015
now.
At least 6. Well, it was 8 years ago.
2015.
Before we get too far away, Tom, was there something that we need to
2016.
go back to the episode?
Oh, we're
for?
gonna steamroll Tom here a little bit. 'Cause I don't like-
we're gonna.
No,
we're
you
gonna-
Hold on.
I don't know.
Before
I might
we
have to
steamroll
resend
Tom,
your ticket to the
look
team.
at my shirt.
Tom from
I'll
almost.
Look at my
steamroll your
shirt.
balls.
Look at my shirt.
I'll steamroll your balls, Jake.
Okay,
yeah,
Tom.
I don't know. This ties in. No, this does kind of tie in to the last episode because obviously we
Full
had the
screen me, Dick.
amazing.
Come on. Just for
Okay,
a brief
Nick,
second.
Just hang on.
Brief
Oh my
second.
gosh, I can't believe we're cutting off Tom again. Jesus.
So which ones you talking about? Is this a diss to the girls talking to you?
Where's Tom? No, it's just
Oh, because I see one. I see one.
it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing I have where like single girls don't really like me. It's only crackheads and people
And what?
with children,
Make it
and it's
clear.
just a weird thing.
He
Why
admitted
would you
it.
put me
Look
on
at
when I'm
that.
not talking?
You're gonna be
there.
You're gonna be big until we get your thing.
Right.
We're not
Okay.
forgetting.
Oh, we don't want
I
his
don't
thing,
mi-
so he can stay small.
I don't mind it so much when it's Reese because Reese has been through a lot. Right.
He still
Thank
hasn't
you,
found
Tom.
that baseball
Thank
mitt.
you, Tom.
So last episode, obviously, we had amazing fights, huge upsets, heartbreaking losses from the tournament. So what do you think was the most talked about and most debated thing after the fact? The fucking Ethan Kurtz mugshot. I can't believe they went for it.
Oh,
They just had to put it in. They just couldn't help
Oh,
themselves.
you
Even
mean
though
to
episode
to
out
show
was
the
fine.
controversy again, kind of thing?
Again.
They fucking had to do it again with the Ethan Kurtz mugshot. I can't believe they went for it.
Do you have a
It's
thing
funny.
against Ethan? Is that what I'm hearing?
No,
no,
Hey,
no,
why
he's-
I don't
you
have a
like
thing against
Ethan?
them at all.
no, that's not what he's saying.
No.
He's saying he's sick of it.
Oh,
Yeah, the
No, I'm
battle
saying-
is like
dude, we did our best last week to show people, or at least their side of the story, what type of person they are. We weren't coloring it at all, so people can make up their
No,
own
I-
minds of what they actually think
And
from
we didn't
not
cover this.
TV edit.
We didn't cover this, but we didn't run interference for them. Like we've said a lot of things about that team that were unkind, and
Oh,
they
for
they
sure.
they were well aware of it. So it wasn't like they came in
Well-
here to softball.
No, they were not babied. No, and
Even
we-
at
No,
the
I was-
event, it's not our job to catch these people cheating. If there was like a blatant case where somebody's cheating and you see it, yeah, you'd probably say something about it. But we're not.
you say it anyway. Yeah.
We're not gonna go out of our way to look for somebody cheating. First off, wouldn't you want to beat somebody that's like renowned as cheating? Like, wouldn't that make your bot look that much better? So why
It would. Yes.
I mean, it's the whole thing. Don't talk down, right? Like you
Or-
beat somebody, you want to build them up to make yourself look better.
Mm-hmm.
You lose, you want to build them up to make yourself look better. Why would you ever talk down at somebody?
Yeah, like who's Hydra going up against next week? We should build him up a lot. Right?
Or you would want to beat a number of
We don't even know
toy
who
bots.
Hydra's going against next week.
No, I know who it is.
Let's bring up this toy bot thing in Hydra.
2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Ooh, toy bots.
The count I have for Hydra against toy bots, I think it beat 7 different toy bots so far. You know, I'm talking Hexbugs toys. Hypershock, Rusty, Sawblaze. Well, maybe let's say 6. Okay. But how many other bots would have had 6 toy bot victories?
Probably not too many. No, maybe
Bite Force,
Sawblaze
probably.
would be up there, depending on, or the other toy bots themselves, because they would have gone against other toy bots.
Right.
But I'm sure somebody, someplace can figure this out about who winning losses for each team.
The Hydra is Bronco, Rotator, Witch Doctor, Hypershock, Rusty.
Yes, we do. We need a Hydra.
Sawblaze.
Hexbugs. Yeah. Well, nobody can beat Bite Force, so they just, they're out there now. There's always be one elusive one. Unless Chomp comes back, then they can have a chance of beating people. Look at that. Smoke break time, huh? This is the one time that Daniel finally chills out. I mean, the whole day leading up to a fight, he is just like...
I mean, you see it in the hype video. I found him over there spray painting the weapon.
This is how I know Daniel, and not the TV Daniel during a fight type of thing.
He gets tunnel vision. I went up and I asked him if I could film, and he was just like, he was really nice about it. He was just like, yeah. I'm like, I made it really quick because I could tell he was just like, he's thinking. He's thinking, the way that any good builder would. He's running through all the scenarios.
On fight days, he's like sitting by himself somewhere secluded outside the tent, just like zeroing in.
Looking like a true cowboy.
It bums me out actually that the TV situation sort of paints it as though he's like too intense. I almost feel like that's the level of intensity and focus that you would want in someone like supposedly competing in this hyper elite event. Like, who's switched on for TV interviews when they're about to go into like a scary fight?
Just a man of passion. I mean, it feels very similar to like the way that people get about like soccer around the world. He's in it.
I have nothing against MILFs. It's just a weird coincidence.
Reese, they're showing you damage. This is from your fight, right? That huge chunk out of their rail?
Out of the side rail. Yeah.
So wait, Speedy, are you saying that Rusty got a fight this year?
What?
Somebody in chat, Speedy, says that they seen Rusty in person and can confirm there was some sort of battle damage.
Speedy, where are you from?
Won't or cannot say who fought them. Hey, that's interesting. So I guess Rusty has a fight this year. We'll get to see.
We gotta vote him.
We're looking forward.
If we knew how to use YouTube well enough to make polls, we'd make a poll.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to dig these videos out. This is what BattleBots is like. I think that the show probably should have more of this.
Yeah.
Like, this is everybody getting along.
Yeah.
And even with Ethan and teams that you don't like, they visit other people's pits. They're nice to them.
Hypershock for sure. Lockjaw they mentioned, I believe. It's rather cordial. It's not too often that you actually in person walk up to somebody and they don't even give you the time of day kind of situation.
But we're all in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're all there for 2 weeks. You know, you see them once a year, and apparently interested in doing the same things, and we all got a lot of time and money stuck into it, and
so at a certain level, it's respect for somebody else doing the same thing that you are, and beyond that, I mean, there are people that we don't necessarily get along with, you won't see us out to dinner with them. And that's not necessarily our choice either. It's just this weird thing, you know. It happens. It happens. There's people that you don't go out to dinner with.
Dick, roll up a little bit on the GMR.
Roll what up?
GMR's got one up above that. That explains
This one?
who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Hey, Glenn. Hey, how's it going?
Dang it! I wanted to have you guys on. Should I throw him a link?
Yeah.
Jake,
Is Glen the one with the big fluffy head?
I do not have a contact for them, no. They would have to message somebody.
Message Dick.
No, that won't work.
Message me.
Facebook.
Message me on Facebook. Reese Ewert, the one and only. You won't
get
find
you in
another
here.
one.
So what you're saying, Glenn, is that when Hydra's titanium sidewalls ninja grabbed the weapon, you blew up the weapon. Is that right?
The link is in the private chat.
People should make more
It's got to
weapon
be like 4
guards out of
a.m.
titanium to try to do that and snake on other people's weapons then.
So there's the chunk missing. Look at that. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
there was a nice chunk gone. Yeah.
Do you want me to go through the other comments?
Just imagine what
you
that
run the comments.
horizontal would have done there. Ugh, man, I wish I knew they were inverted.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake, yeah.
Well,
Where the fuck were you, Trevor? You're
Quantum
supposed to be up there making sure I don't look like an asshole. You should have told me they're inverted.
Well, Rachel doesn't even let me touch the hammers, let alone.
That's my job. I have one
Next
job
time-
on the team.
Next time, both of you are going to have your hands on that butt. That's a promise.
We each run one button.
I
Yeah.
wanted to press the special secret third button, but she wouldn't let me.
I don't think it's a button.
Well, then you should have let me
It's-
press it anyway. Then I would have found out.
It's probably
Hey,
the
guys, I want-
self-destruct for the BattleBots button.
I've got a
Listen.
quote from Quantum here if you want it.
Hang on, just GMR. Yeah, Deathroll's drive's pretty weak. Yeah, we've seen it drop from 16 feet like 6 times. It's not that weak.
It was bounce around to self-right. I don't think anything about the bot's weak.
I mean,
we've told
there's
this
not
story.
many times that they've actually weapons died. So
Yeah.
We've told this story before, but when Rachel and I saw that, we were someplace. It
We're
was at
sitting on the couches.
it was
when
at
they
Long
pulled
Beach
over.
where we didn't have screens in our pits, and we were like, "Holy cow! Look at this bot!" Because I forget, it was their first fight, and you were self-righting
By
using the
just bouncing.
weapon, and I'd
Yeah.
never seen a bot successfully do that in this weight class.
Mhm.
It's
was
just
incredible.
so difficult.
why do we never see the other Ewert brother here? Actually, there's
Which
two
one?
of
Which one?
them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 8 more, I think.
No, yeah,
72?
at least they're still hidden in the woodshed.
Reese
so
has a
we'll just
twin
keep
somewhere,
pulling
I'm
them
pretty
out.
sure.
There is a doppelganger about 5 miles away. It's really weird. My buddy's like, dude, what were you doing here? I'm like, that's not me. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, look at his name. That's not me.
No, see, we needed more brothers, so that's why Tom's here. Apparently he wants to audition for the brother side.
Somebody always draws the short straw and has to hold down the fort at home.
We just have to get when's Trevor a brother. When he gets that question, then we know we've succeeded.
What?
Well,
When the production comes up to you and asks if you're the
fine.
brother.
It's because I don't have. I have hair and no facial hair, so there's no way I can
That's
do that.
true, yeah. You don't grow facial hair for
No facial
really,
hair.
man.
Talking about that.
I feel like you can grow a mustache, Trevor.
No,
I cannot.
Yeah, Trevor, do it. Come on,
talking
Trevor.
about like native. Like,
You can
it's
do
like-
it. You can do
You
it.
got the chest hair though. Just
Straight mustache.
stroke. Here's what I do. Here's what I do every night.
Transplant it.
Stroke my chest upward.
I'm not going to stroke your chest. How is that going to help me? Reese?
Okay,
Well, you would
Reese,
stroke
It'll
your
help the
own.
team.
Don't
Reese
pet them
Terry.
backwards.
Oh, calm
Reese
him down.
Terry, how did this happen? What's going on here? It looks like it's dislodged.
Oh yeah, it's real cockeyed.
It's Minotaur.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh, that brings me to a good point here. This drum is for sale on eBay, and now let's get a good look. Let's get a good look at that weld there on that right side.
That weld is relatively large, burnt into this steel drum and 1.5 inch thick AR
Right here?
preheated.
Other side,
Well,
side.
It's
The
not a
root
big deal.
pass, and then we just weave this second one over it, and what happened on this hit was, of course, one hits Minitour and the other one wants to keep going, right? So there was actually a shift in the weld itself that shifted one of the rotors, probably, I don't know, quarter inch.
Quarter inch, yeah. And it's really cool because you can see on the, I mean, these are fully painted weapons. The weld bead on the right side, it's missing paint because, like a snake bite, it just sheared off of that weld.
Yeah, when you do a snake bite on your wrist, type of thing, it's twisted. So what we can calculate out pretty close what kind of force it takes to do that, and in this case, it was about 40,000 pounds. The next weapon on Fusion will be able to withstand 200,000 pounds.
Well,
because it's a solid chunk of steel.
It's really difficult. It's impossible to predict the forces that happen when these bots come together. It's just impossible to.
You're gonna have the audience all hot and bothered, Reese.
Yeah, geez. I'm not supposed to show the tender tickler. That's for my OnlyFans.
Here's the side you wanted to see, Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you can see it. All that shiny stuff. The paint sheared and popped off the rotor, which is really cool. It's really cool to see.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And let me give you guys this Quantum quote about their fight with Ribbot. Let me see if you guys agree with it. So, we didn't want to win a fight after 5 seconds with no contacts, but at the same time, we have to be sporting and not go in for an unnecessary kill. With that in mind, we did a low-pressure bite and let go to give the battle some content, but left it there. The big mistake was not positioning Quantum where they would go directly into the jaw if they came loose.
No, you keep biting them until they tell you to stop biting them.
Well, okay, no, there's it's the sportsman's clause. Okay,
no, they were probably apologizing for the bite. They're literally English citizens. They're come on.
You're saying because they're English, they were too nice and they lost the fight because of it.
Seems like it.
Hey, they're English, not Canadian.
I would have kept biting them until they cried and stopped
dirty those fingers
coming after them. Because they're still actively trying to move. You want to bite them.
I mean, you got to give all these drivers
the tender tickler
the benefit of the doubt, when you got the bullets flying at you and everything running through your head, and in a couple of seconds, you got to make the right decision, And
I think that's a fine attitude to have, like, in the fight nights. But I think that mindset can and should change in the tournament. It's about advancing. Like, your next fight can't be an impressive, like, showstopper that becomes fight of the week if you're not in the next round.
Yeah, it was just frustrating. They had to go for it, and they only got themselves to blame for not winning that.
See, I do understand that you can't just the idea that you can't just let them go into the crack and just leave them there, but you don't have to help them win. Mm-hmm. So they should have at least been behind them.
Well, it might have started back in Revolutionary days, when they had the red coats, which weren't exactly camouflage, and then they all just kind of stood there and shoot at each other.
Well, the other thing is, like,
that's a sporting thing to do.
They make one little movement and they get out themselves too. You don't want to just give them.
Oh, sorry, I shot you. Here, let me reload. Okay. Oh, sorry, I shot you again.
No, my bad.
Your turn. It's actually your turn to shoot now.
Here, take my time. I'll stand up straight for you.
Stand in a line. Whoever we lose, and then it'll be our turn. It'll be great.
You're on the battlefield and your opponent gets his foot stuck in the mud. You can either help him out or stand behind him with the gun pointed at the back of his head in case he gets his foot out in the mud.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Like if you have an issue with like the opponent's foot stuck in the mud, proverbially, and you don't want to shoot him in the back of the head during that, sure.
Hey Tom, didn't they wear the red coats just to intimidate the opponent?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you can't see the blood.
History question. Yeah, I'll go with yes.
Okay.
Well, Shirley wants to know where everybody in chat's from. So, chat. Let's go 100 messages here. Let's try to get 100.
We got 113 watching. Everybody
okay,
tout
so
it
we
out.
should get at least 100
Let's
comments
go.
then, right?
Let's fucking go.
This is nice. We appreciate you guys sticking in and watching us with us because this week now is the new record for consecutive viewers. So thank you for keep coming out and
holy shit.
Yeah, see, make it so that we can't keep up. There we go.
Ooh, Ireland. Welcome.
Hey, so there was a little air leak after the Deathroll fight.
Green Lake. My uncle's in Green Lake, deepest lake, natural lake in Wisconsin.
Jake, you guys are looking for an air leak here.
Yeah, one of the canisters bent a little bit in the shock loading, so it kind of made the thread loose. So I had to change a fitting out afterwards.
Yeah, I don't have the audio up, but you can hear a little bit of a.
Do you remember what the air pressure was at the end of the match?
Oh, we still had 2,000 in it. It was still way up there. It's just we could hear it.
Kyle P 715 is a huge area.
It's like half the state.
715.
Yeah.
Lots of people saying Wisconsin. You all must be neighbors.
Yeah, because we're so small, right?
Probably brothers.
Yeah.
Probably brothers.
I bet there's not a person within an hour of us.
There's a higher population in Atlanta than there is in all of Wisconsin. Like that's how which is crazy to me because I thought
Wisconsin's kind of big.
Well, you enjoy that, right?
Yeah. When are you guys moving back?
Well, with the Black Widows. Anytime.
She's drawn a line at the Black Widows.
Well, we have brown recluse. They're just as bad.
Brown recluse are like not places that you would find them in your house.
No, Daddy Longlegs are the worst.
You know, Daddy Longlegs are poisonous. They just can't bite you.
Yeah, they're the worst. But their fangs are too small.
They're venomous.
Yeah, whatever, Trevor.
Nerd.
Hey, spider nerd.
Fucking spider crocodile Dundee over there.
Ugh. Pour one out for Steve Irwin. Can we? R.I.P.
Cheers to Crocodile.
See, here's
Mr.
the thing
Dundee.
Here's something that I would be interested in.
Sorry. I realized my mistake. Okay, you don't have to point it out.
I'd be interested to find out if Australians revere him like I think like is he like Mr. Rogers or something?
Mr. Rogers, he's just a household name.
Yeah, he's just a household name, and he wasn't that great, or maybe he is that great. I don't know.
We're not violating
a little bit about the armor on the back.
On this.
Since you're looking at the armor back here, you know that titanium is 0.16 thick, and then there's all kinds of valves there.
No, the back is not. The back is 1/8 inch.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's even smaller.
Yeah, I had to say it's more weight.
Yeah, because I hope you don't get hit in the back. I did see somebody was from Stout, and I know a lot of the Ewert went to Stout for at least a time or two.
All of them? All of them.
Yeah.
Why are we looking at Hydra's hole? Because that's how you disarm Hydra. You have to reach in its back.
Oh shoot, it's probably still up, right? Yeah, let me get rid of this. Speedy, which one of these pictures can I show?
None of them.
No, he's
yeah,
maybe none of them.
Probably none of them.
Show it. Don't show it.
I'm not showing anything.
If it's for future fights of anything that has to do with fights, we're not gonna show it.
Yeah.
What if it's a future fusion design?
Oh, we could maybe show that.
How did you get those pictures out?
I've got enough drinks in me that I'd be okay with showing it. Briefly. Very briefly.
No, you
just
Hydra is definitely not hard to penetrate.
Just
it's hard to, you know it is hard. You know it is hard to penetrate.
Don't set them up like that.
One of the first fights, actually, someone from safety thought that they were competent enough to do the disarming of the Hydra, and knocking the valve open and
somebody.
We're not saying don't say.
That was the owner of BattleBots decided that they were going to save Hydra, and they went back and reaching back in there.
First match,
And there's two valves back in there. There's the disarm valve, and then there's the, oh, I want to dump all the air valve. Well, when you dump the air, you just turn it just a scotch. He went full blast. So like 2,000 PSI air directly on his hand. He was not very... I don't think he was feeling so good after that one.
I think he was bleeding, and I remember we went, Dick and I, my dad and I, we went to our hotel room, and I like leaned out of my bed, like over to him, and I was like, "Do you think we go, Trey?" And he was like, "I guess we'll know tomorrow."
Well, it's possible. I mean, it doesn't probably take a lot of air in the bloodstream to kill a person, right?
I know, it was really scary. I was very concerned.
We should probably have a.
We didn't get a link to that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hydra is a girl. A lot of people want to know what gender your bot is.
I would assume a girl, yes.
I think Hydra's a girl.
Yeah.
But
she. I've always said she.
What is fusion?
They're the twins. Depends on the frame.
That's a trans.
Yeah.
It's got to be trans.
No, it depends on the frame. It depends on the frame. They're the twins. One of them's like a crier. She's a messy bitch. The other one like gets...
Yeah, you're
There's
right.
always the clean one.
Frame 2.
That's true.
Yeah,
frame 1 and frame 2.
That's a girl and a boy. We determined this.
Interesting. It's both, but it's neither.
So it's a Siamese
it's
twin.
Schrodinger's gender.
Yeah.
It's an androgynous robot.
The audience will never know if it's she or the girl or the boy in the box.
Oh, yeah. Termina Heart, you're right. Yeah. Hydra has that big hole for things.
You don't want to see the things Jake did to that hole.
No.
So this is backstage. We all know where know where this is now because of a controversy.
Yep.
But this is where we wait.
And they were taping that crock to it. We're gonna reweigh them.
Yeah. Where was the reweigh? Where's the controversy? Come on.
Well, that guy's got a big cell phone. Holy cow.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I'm jealous.
Why are you zeroing in so much in that guy's ass, Dad?
Who? What guy's ass? What are you talking about?
What are you talking
Why
about?
would he have a cell phone?
Because he had a big cell phone.
I wasn't looking at his ass. I was looking at his phone. That's my new excuse. Thank you for that.
One of the things
I thought you had a big phone in your pocket.
One of the things we make Trevor do, which I'm sure isn't his favorite thing, is to go videotape the upload.
No, I love doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I get nervous if they're not there, so I try to make sure I try to ask, and if they're not there, sometimes I take videos, but I try to be polite and ask them. In the battery tent, it's a little different. Sometimes I'll just take video, which not everybody loves to be videoed, but like I don't know if it's like the mom of the captain or whoever the
I think it's a wife. You're talking about that one chick.
It's Jules.
Blonde hair.
It's Jules. Yeah. It's Jules.
She got like really short hair.
Yeah,
I think it's somebody's wife.
Yeah, she was there, and I asked her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, whatever." Like she was really nice. She was a sweetheart. So
most people are cool with that.
So that blow up, is it a genuine blow up crock from Australia, or did they buy that?
How many holes?
I have one like it, so I don't know.
Oh, I know man. Saltwater crocodiles, those are some scary sons of bitches.
So this is the push in then. They're gonna push. Are they gonna push up the stage, or are they actually going in? Do we remember?
This is going in. Yeah.
Oh, they're going. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna turn the corner. Yeah. So they're going in.
The right hand whiteness was the walk-in box.
Yeah.
So this is the scale plural. There's one on the
up the top.
One at the top. Somebody's putting a bot on.
And then Scorpius is right next to the other one.
One at the bottom. And
that looks like Riperoni.
Jake used to always try to use the far one because it didn't have that frame around it, so he could use his cart to put it down. But halfway through this season, they said don't use this one anymore.
Yep, because it was like a pound heavier. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I don't know.
One of them was a pound heavier.
No, I think it was light. And people were getting through like. I think they
surprised with their light.
Using them a lot more.
Being surprised with their lightness.
You know what it is? It's probably all those guys with magnets. magnetizing the steel surface on the top of those scales.
Interesting.
Good thing there's not much steel on Hydra to do that with.
What a great looking! What a
they got a knife safety.
Robot.
Yeah, dude, it's one of the best themes out there.
Oh yeah, no, me and these guys were shooting the shit before the fight. I'm like, man, I love the knife. That is,
yeah, it's so funny.
It's so Crocodile Dundee, right?
I love they tried to
connect.
That's not a knife.
This is a knife.
So everybody, this first you go to the scales.
Yeah.
Then you go to the test box to prove that your bot works, because they used to like get you all loaded and then your bot didn't work. So it's just to save production, really, too.
Yeah.
And this is where they usually need to make sure that your weapon works, because you're not allowed to go in without a weapon.
Yeah.
Look how fast it is. Wow.
It is fast.
Core, bring that. See the core message? Bring that one up. Blip, I don't know what he's saying.
Of the magnet. No,
they're
saying, I've said this.
I feel like Core's a girl.
Okay.
For some reason.
I have said this exact same thing, that live by the magnet, die by the magnet. I think once they got that one wheel off, the magnet base touched the metal, and that was it.
Yeah, but the back wheel was still cocked.
I think it just wasn't.
He was still broken.
Oh yeah.
But
Make enough movement.
I remember talking about this. And there's a video somewhere where you can see there's like it's like a skew or something.
Cockeyed, yeah.
Yeah. They must have just landed wrong or something. And then on top of that, they were like kind of high centered on that. Railing.
Most of the wheels weren't touching.
All right, so Core's the guy. Check that off the list.
Tick.
I'm a guy.
He's doing a count.
Okay, so this is after you go to the scale for some reason, then you go to air, right? But this is where we top off the air spring or pump up the air spring.
Yep.
And then a lot of times you'll see Jake with his phone in Hydra's ass.
In the Hydra hole.
In the Hydra hole, reading the wireless pressures.
Yep.
Is that you manipulating these?
Nope.
No, that's
safety does the.
It's probably Rob.
Pressuring.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell them what amount you want? Is that how it goes?
Well, I got it on the gauge, and then he just slowly feeds it in until it reaches roughly the right gauge, and then we shut it off. And then you purge the line to make sure there's no pressure in the line, and then I take off my end, and we release all the air systems. And then from there, not even leaving the cart, once I get in there, I don't even go to the test box most of the time. I just leave it on the cart. I do my wheels up test the flipper, make sure that goes up, goes down, that kind of thing, and fires. Because when it's just sitting there, it is actually relatively safe. It's not a big spinner where you actually got to spin it up. I can move it slow.
This is the safety guy we're talking about.
This is the guy we were talking about that I couldn't remember the name of.
Oh yeah, the absolute unit.
Who I call the cool
son?
guy. Yeah, who I call the cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems so excited to be there. It's really nice.
He is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's great.
Look at him. I think I have a video somewhere. There's a song playing, and he's just vibing. Everyone else is so serious, and he's just having a good time.
I stand behind the button and I rock a lot. I get energy out by transferring weight from foot to foot, and I jump around and stuff like that. And he was like, "Hey, we were just talking about this." I was like, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, we were just talking about this. Do you have to pee or are you excited?" And I was like, "It's a little bit of both, my guy."
So everybody, look how absolutely massive and awesome this arena is in person.
There's the guy. There's the pit guy.
Thank you. We already did that already.
Not Chuck and Nora's kid. Whoever that guy is. God, I forget his name every time.
Reese, are you watching the YouTube stream instead of the...
Yeah, what are you doing?
Where are you?
I'm watching live. He's right there. He's right.
Yeah.
He's literally right
Just
there.
talked about this.
Is this him right here?
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't remember.
Core, they do have a huge fan, and it's always pulling pressure up and out of the box.
Oh, yeah.
So they can get smoke and stuff out of there.
Yeah.
They also have the food that they bring in when there's actual smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the extra machine to do it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's giant pipes on top of the arena that are sucking the arena, making a negative, positive pressure? I don't know, negative pressure.
Negative pressure
to pull, so it doesn't leak out to the audience. You don't want that smoke coming out of that arena.
Ooh, the fish fillet nightmare. Terry loves his fish fillet.
I was laughing at it, and I was like, "There's no way they're going to talk about that."
Yeah, definitely I'm going to talk about that. I wish I had control so I could actually put up the funny ones.
I love McDonald's.
Well,
I
actually,
would bet 50% of the time he goes to McDonald's, it's a filet-o-fish.
I want to take a poll here of the people watching. I wasn't here to start and was not your normal host. How did the rest do as hosts? Was it a good job?
Well,
do I need to just quit
okay.
and can I just leave? Would that be acceptable because they can take over?
We started the stream with like 120 people in, so I guess we did okay.
I think the biggest issue is,
but we're down lower now though.
Yeah, that's because you're
because I came back on. Yeah.
You came in and then
this guy, dude.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I might
maybe you need to take a shot. Somebody got like $10. They want to pay Jake.
Are we
have
drinking?
him take a shot.
I think the biggest
Anybody
thing
out there?
Rachel and I are on one computer, so I'm trying to do other things, and then like there's chats that we got to worry about. So somebody asked why I wasn't in the YouTube.
You need more screens.
Oh, we have
it's about
Rachel has a mouse and I have my own mouse, so it's like we have to like sometimes we're trying to both use the mouse and.
All right, and
I
also
fucking love me some chicken nuggies.
Oh, it's the cheeseburgers,
dude.
Oh,
it's a McDouble with mac sauce. That is.
Are we doing the McDonald's order? All right, let's do them. Terry, what's your McDonald's order?
Okay, bare minimum McChicken, add tomato.
Okay, I guess we're starting with
Reese.
Okay, Terry.
You want my normal McDonald's order? So here's what I'm getting. I'm gonna get a double quarter pounder with cheese, large fry.
Oh, yeah, with cheese.
Large fry Diet Coke. That's not it, folks. Now we're gonna get ourselves a 20-piece McNugget, and not 2 10s, 120. All right, because there's like a $3 difference there.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards charged me for 2 of them once.
The box cost, man.
And after that, if I'm still hungry, I might mow down on the chick I'm with.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, that took me a few seconds to register what was happening there.
Oh, come
on. Weasel snuck one in
on
us. Sorry, folks. We had that travesty of a joke there.
Gee, Willikers.
Tang to see Jake do it. Oh my God. Okay.
Well, breakfast it's going to be number 4. Add cheese, medium black.
You asked
number
for it.
4. Hang on. What's the number 4?
Let's see it.
Sausage, egg, and biscuit.
Wait, is it a cartwheel?
Oh god, yeah, full screen Jake.
No, just a karate kick. Just a karate kick.
This could go in.
Here we go. He's stretching. Getting ready. Here we go. Oh, there it is.
You'll never see it.
There it is. There it is.
Right over top. That's right.
Okay, headphones back on. We're tired now. We need a beer.
Anyway, we didn't get past this McDonald's thing. Tiny Hands.
Done.
That was it. I mowed down on her.
Was that good enough? Good enough.
So we got Terry's, but I don't know what a number 4 is.
It's a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Okay.
Well, you have to add the cheese, right?
No, that's breakfast. That's breakfast. That's different. I'm going to Hardee's.
Okay, well then standard it would be lately it's been the 2 cheeseburger meal.
That's mine.
Yes, that's mine.
That's mine. Okay, that's 3 of us. That's 4 of us checked off. Tom, McDonald's order.
The joke answer is you get a chicken burger, a fillet of fish, and a quarter pounder, and you make a land, sea, and air burger. But my actual order is...
That's called a McGangbang over here. I'm not kidding. That's what it's called.
I prefer that name.
Okay.
I prefer that name.
What's
no,
order?
My actual order is double quarter pounder with cheese meal, but I asked them to take out the pickles, the onion, the mustard, and the ketchup. And then I get the 5 chicken. They're called chicken selects over here. The chicken strips.
The chicken.
Oh, you still have chicken strips?
Yeah, we do.
What the fuck?
Don't get the quarter pounder. You get 2 McDoubles and you get more meat.
Yeah.
For lower price.
Piss. Why do they give fucking UK
You don't. You don't.
Piss me off a little bit.
Honestly, they might have a law.
The McDoubles are a smaller patty, aren't they?
Well, they are, but you have two of them. That makes more than a double quarter pounder.
Is 1/10 of a pound.
Tom, can you
You're
get
getting 0.4 pounds?
Can you get the fused nuggets?
Yes,
can you
still
get the fused nuggets?
And it's still
no. There's no fused nuggets. We never have fused nuggets here.
When you go to the drive-through right now,
fused nuggets.
The first thing they ask you is, "Are you going to be using your app today?" And I'm thinking, aren't they like asking you to use the app to eliminate their job?
Dude, chicken selects were the shit. And I'm pissed they got rid of them.
They do put some pretty decent deals on the app too, where you get like a free burger with so much stuff, or you
Reese,
get a free
come over
drink
here.
for the
We'll go
day.
get chicken selects.
They're definitely trying to push people towards.
Reese,
did you
hear that, Reese? They don't have the fused fake chicken.
So the nuggies?
Chunks. They don't have the nugs.
We have nugs, but we don't have fused nugs.
Yeah, it's like when you break them apart, you can't. It just looks like a
mush.
like rubber.
Yeah.
No, we just have normal nuggets. There's no fused nuggets. They're just regular nuggets made with the
But that's separate from chicken selects.
You're saying you're getting
correct?
whole
Like
cut
chicken selects
nuggets.
is like something like this.
I think that's what he's saying.
Can you see how big this is?
Yeah,
No,
yeah. We still have
Something
those.
like that.
Oh, good.
Why are
guess
you
so.
always telling a story that's that big?
Why is everything?
I don't know.
This big?
Yeah, everything you say is this big. She tells the truth.
We're not getting down here.
He's overcompensating all his stories.
Yeah, he doesn't like the nuggets because it reminds him of something else. He prefers the chicken.
Yes, McDonald's is not good for you, but
What?
it's so delicious.
I'll die.
Not true. Not true.
When you're craving McDonald's, you need that grease.
I seen a totally unbiased high school professor who was paid by McDonald's to do a study with his children on eating McDonald's for a month straight to combat the Super Size Me documentary. He turned out fine. He lost weight. You can lose weight eating McDonald's, folks.
The supersized guy was also like rampantly an alcoholic.
I'm not gonna give them that they're the best crap though out there. I mean, I would still rather go to T-Bell, like hands down.
Well,
T-Bell's gonna be.
Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food chain out there.
No. Well,
It is.
okay.
Well,
Here's the
Anybody
thing.
saying
Here's the
Wendy's?
thing. Taco Bell feeds right into the milk monopoly.
Oh, don't start with this. Okay.
I'm getting into this conspiracy brain Reese here.
Okay. You get 1 minute to state your case. Ready? Go.
The milk conspiracy is that Taco Bell was suffering because of sales, and so what they did, the milk board pushed cheese onto them, and so everything got double and triple the cheese, which made everybody shit their pants, and Taco Bell's profits went up. Win-win.
Great story. Compelling.
Oh, that was a good one. Good one. You finally got that set up for the right one.
Well timed, Dick.
Incredible.
Oh, no. Okay, so what is the best burger to have later? After it's cooled down and you got to reheat it, what burger is the best?
None of them. Make a fresh burger, you heathens.
No. Fast food burgers. Which burger is the best when you do it? There is one above all else.
Frisco. The Frisco from Hardee's.
No.
Frisco from Hardee's. Yep.
I've never done it.
It's a Whopper.
If there's food in front of me, I am eating it. Like, I've never done this reheating. But
Yeah, clean your plate.
Trevor.
Well, did
that
we
why
ever
you
go
keep
over
that
the
peanut
normal
butter
Taco
around?
Bell order?
Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah.
Done that?
I've never been to Taco Bell.
Oh, you're missing out. You will gain 20 pounds if you join the team this next year. So,
I look forward to that. I don't imagine UK Taco Bell holds up to American Taco Bell.
Excuse me, I forgot about the jalapeno McDouble. Y'all ever have one of them?
Yeah, they got rid of it. It was amazing.
Why
that was
the fuck?
I went to that all the time.
That was it. That was it, baby. And they got rid of it.
Yeah, what about the brats? They had Johnsonville brats, too. At least here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't remember that.
Timbo. I think since he has never been to Taco Bell, that we just need to kick him off the team now. That's a
There's
very
still
legit
time
reason.
for me. In my defense, UK Taco Bell won't hold up to American Taco Bell, so there's no point me going. I'll
Does
go when I'm there.
anything UK?
I don't know, man. If your McDonald's has the chicken selects, I suspect your Taco Bell is doing pretty good too.
Oh, do we really have to
We
watch
got the
this
chicken
again?
select.
Not a fourth time.
Like again?
Good evening, bot fans.
Last time. Did somebody say gun check?
Here. I've been browsing through my Fusion merchandise store, and I noticed
the whole time, though.
you have not bought anything.
At least make a new one.
What?
Or
Jake, you're 100% right. Like, make a new one.
or better one.
This is old
Bikini
hat.
Not good enough for you? Does it not add
I am
enough
not
lift
making it, though.
in your bosom?
No.
Are you telling me that this bikini
I hear Trevor's for
doesn't
hire.
look good? Because
You
I
can't
got
afford me.
news for you. It's soft, it's comfortable, and it adds 2 cup sizes.
He does a chest flex here. I never saw it till just like
We've
recently.
got everything.
Oh yeah,
from
the booby
man
bounce?
and
Yeah.
woman. Check out these leggings, folks. My God, this blue pair. Oh, you've even got a little kiss.
By what?
Straight from my heart. T-shirts, more skirts, V-neck shirts for women. Oh, I know you ladies like this quarter zip pullover. We've even got a deck of cards. Beach towels? Are you kidding me?
Beach towels
And
are really
how
nice,
could
by
you
the way.
Forget about the panties. Of course, signed by Reese Ewert.
Yeah,
Right
Trevor's
on
fine.
your ass cheek. And of course, we have the bikini. Available in many strap colors.
Reese, what color strap colors are there?
Red, white, purple. Blah, 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 blah.
Black, white, red, yellow, purple, pink, navy, light pink, ocean, and orange.
And all this is available at fusion.printify.me.
It never gets any less seedy or disturbing.
I think it's worse.
You never seen the titty shake?
He
you
should
never
change
seen
it
the
and
titty
make
shake?
it worse. So every time it is actually changed just a little
Well,
bit.
here's the thing. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place on this. Like, I gotta top that. So
Oh, now she's complaining about the style.
Right there.
First they were-
She wants you in the granny panties then.
First they were too expensive. Now they're granny.
Well, on that note, we slashed all of the prices, folks. We are bottom dollar. We're talking about 5% margins on these panties. All right. Everything slashed rates, cut rate, just so you folks will buy them and hang them on a wall.
Not again, Andrea.
Did Tiny Hands buy one yet?
No, I thought about it last time we watched the commercial. Every time I watch
You
it,
want a bikini, don't you?
no, I want some leggings. So that
I'm just going to see how much the postage is for over here. If I get a few.
It's not possible. We can't. Apparently, they don't ship
Fake
international.
monopoly.
Hey, we're using the pot holder every day.
Reese, you should make a cigarette lighter fusion. That's what you should.
Yeah, or match.
That's what we were
matches.
saying.
Trevor's idea: matches, Zippo lighters,
Okay.
anything that starts on fire. My
Hey.
bed sheets.
By itself.
Oh,
in your
don't start talking anything about giving him money to put on the bikini.
Actually, let me
hold on.
I don't-
Is somebody
I don't know.
asking to give me money for putting on panties?
Yeah,
what's going on? here?
I can't
We'd have to see
find the
money
chat
from
right
Because
now.
I can
don't
do
wanna see
that.
I would.
I can do that.
No.
That's
He
Reese
does
After
it for
Dark.
free.
They are
That's a
right
different-
here.
No,
They
no,
are
that's
right
a Reese
here.
After Dark stream. That's just not.
So Parks, introduce yourself for the new members who don't know who you are and why you're even
Hey, there he is.
around here. He's the upgraded
nice.
Tom.
Where-
That's the simple part.
I've been trying to get rid of him.
I'm not.
Oh, you're the downgrader, Reese.
Yeah, I'm the downgrade.
We found the
I'm
pecking
Reese's
order.
number one fan, number one Fusion fan. I don't know. I attended Robo Games and I survived, and Dick thought that was funny, so I'm here.
It is funny.
He messages me on Facebook and he talks a lot of smack specifically about Reese.
No, it's not true.
Actually,
No,
it's more about you,
showed me
Trevor.
the
I thought he talked the
screenshots.
most
I
about
believe
Trevor.
it.
He had
So
some
now
vile things. There, he used
I
curse words
used
that didn't know
to like Parks.
No, Reese,
I used to
love
like him.
Fusion. No.
You should see him on Discord. He's ruthless.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
no, I'm just kidding.
The Legion's is fine.
Fusion's great. I'm excited for the new Fusion. I heard you guys were talking about it earlier.
Reese, are you too drunk to get that drawing up? Weren't you going to give us a drawing?
Dick, I sent it to you last week.
Well, let's just say that Parks is a guy who does lighting, kind of like Trevor likes to do camera work.
Except Parks actually gets paid to do it.
Well, now Trevor's going to be a sound guy because apparently that interests him because he watches all these guys just get shit on at BattleBots, and he wants to be that job apparently. So
apparently,
hey, the best.
I would not work in reality TV.
Okay, so there is a difference.
Me wearing the panties takes down the viewership slightly.
Obviously.
We dropped 20.
Or it was the McDonald's stock. Or Parks. There's a lot of factors that could have came into here.
It might have been a combination of all three. Hey, sound mixers though, Trevor's smart. Sound mixers get paid so much money. They get paid like $85 an hour.
Well, what's so funny is everyone's told me that, and there's just
I'll be game for some booty shorts.
Because I just don't know. I don't know the right people. It's like a very.
He's poor as shit.
Yeah.
Once you know the right people, it's.
Yeah.
It's.
Well, the weird. It sounds kind of like an afterthought for a lot of people. Like they don't think they need this.
Awful lot of silent movies I see people casting for.
Yeah.
Okay, Nightmare. I had to hide that one. You got me. Yeah.
Why did this?
I have a nice pair of shorts.
Is the writer strike still going on?
They got a 1-inch seam on them.
Very much so. The studios refuse to even meet with the writers as of yesterday.
So how does that affect you? Like, right on.
Well, if no one's writing, then they stop productions.
Yeah, nothing's being made right now. The only people trying to force through shows are like Disney and
BattleBots.
House of Dragons is trying to force through something.
Well, if I understand correctly, I believe like in Atlanta there's a lot of reality TV, and I think that's more unaffected because there's not like writers the way that there's not scripts really. There's like story people. But
I have a challenge for you, Trevor. Okay. I need you to get on at least the Little Women of LA show. And
Atlanta?
Work that show. Yes.
Okay.
Little Women
I'll try.
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta, whatever. Yeah, that's the show. You have to get on there for me, so I can say that I know somebody who works there.
Little Women.
Little Women.
Dwarves? Okay.
Yeah,
It's like Real Housewives.
The long and short of it.
I don't know what else is going on. There's always something. I'm trying to get on Stranger Things or like the next season of Last of Us, but I have no idea like how I would even find that.
But you like both those shows, right?
Yeah, I mean Stranger Things is fine. I watch it.
Well, your luck would be you get on a show that you absolutely like can't watch yourself, right? That's what you'd have to work on.
That's what I think. A lot of people do that. You just work on stuff because you do whatever.
I've worked on a lot of shows that are really terrible. I mean, I used to work on Chicago Med. I find that show pretty abysmal.
I don't like that show either. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest
I
thing
won't have a bad word against Chicago Fire.
I didn't work
Chicago Fire.
Honestly, I consider moving to Chicago. There's a good amount of work in Chicago too, but a lot of what happens in Atlanta is like there's a lot of like people who have like ideas, but they don't have money to fund those ideas. So they're like, oh yeah, join my group. You know, we're gonna change the industry, this and that. It's like you're just blowing smoke up everyone's ass.
Would this be the time for Ewert to pitch his reality TV show?
Hold on.
Let's hear it.
So I was just peeing, and I heard Tiny Hands say long and short. For
talk about your hair
for the Little Women joke, and nobody got that. I was laughing my ass off, piss everywhere.
Well, that's no different when you're drunk anyway, so that's not a big deal. And no, we cannot take any endorsements from Bad Robot. That's a no-no. We don't do that. All right.
Yeah,
What
I'm
you
ready
taking
to
notes
hear
on,
about.
Parks?
I'm ready to hear about this reality show.
Hold on a second.
Oh, you're
Let me
taking
compare
notes. Oh,
let me compare notes. What do you got?
I'm nothing. You haven't told me the show yet.
We're pitching the show.
So here's my idea. First off, we're gonna follow me from wake up until sleep.
Okay.
Out already.
That's it.
Out already.
No, you have another idea. We know it.
How about you do one where you get shipped off to Vietnam and then you come back to like a shrimping boat, and then you got like the core of a girlfriend.
Reese.
Hyper original.
You knock up.
Forrest Gump. It sounds a lot like Forrest Gump.
No, it's way different.
Yeah,
it's Forrest from.
Let's call it Woodsy Reese.
I'd watch it. And like you can meet like different presidents.
Because frankly, a lot of my time is spent, struggling through the jungle, cutting up wood, and then getting STDs from chicks who have kids.
Wait, is that did you just tell us something like that?
Trevor,
did I just hear you right? That you're on Naked and Afraid?
Hold on. On that note, hold on a second. On that note, you know what pisses me off about Forrest Gump?
Okay.
That man stood by her side through thick and thin, and that fucking cunt didn't come back until she had AIDS.
Whoa!
Trevor, I'm so glad his internet just kicked out. That was so nice. Yes, you have to be on the trigger, Trevor. You have that job.
I just started.
You literally have to have your mouse over his mute button.
Alright,
whenever.
Whenever.
Why would we have seen that coming?
Yes.
Well, he started with
Who has that strong feelings about Jane?
Wait, what are you doing?
Dude, I as soon as Weasel talks ever, I put my mouse over his mute button. I'm ready for it instantly. You have
Trevor,
to be.
what am I doing? I'm going back in time because Reese Ewerted me and he said, "Oh, I sent that to you." So now I got to go find it. I'm still scrolling back trying to find this fusion picture.
The real pitch for the real reality.
It's a video.
Oh, the video.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Should I just text it
It
to
went
you?
off the rails again.
No, I can find it now
Well,
that I know what I'm looking for.
Nightmare, I don't have I have control of the YouTube chat, so I can kind of mute you there, but I don't have control of the stream chat anymore. So Weasel's on his own for getting muted.
Trevor's supposed to be on that.
Trevor was supposed to be, but he's over there
On
drinking.
Reese's
and
mute?
forgetting.
That's not true.
Oh, he's still muted.
Oh, that's like your number one job after hour one of this stream is ready to mute Weasel. Like it should be a hot button on the keyboard.
I love that I have a handler. That's so cool.
That's how you know you've made it, Reese.
That's my job at BattleBots.
Yeah, I have to part of my job that I've just sort of taken on is that when you're outside for 30 minutes on a smoke break, I have to go out and stand next to you until you're like, all right, better get back to it. And then you go back in.
Okay, Weasel.
He's gone for 40 minutes. I walk outside, he's back inside in 5.
Listen.
You guys don't have a designated driver, you just have a designated
I'm a
Reese
man
handler.
who likes to take his time and do things improperly.
Improperly.
I feel
yes. God damn, I'm spilling
Parks,
everywhere.
he still hasn't found the baseball glove yet.
What?
No.
It sounds like more like you do things indecently than improperly.
It's so important. It's so important.
She's calling you in the middle of the night asking for this baseball glove, obviously.
Yes. How was the eyeliner today? Is it going well?
It's not eyeliner. It's 2 different eyeshadow colors.
I'm just reading the line, man. Leave me alone.
The
scroll.
Your screen is like an inch on my screen, so I can't see nothing. You're there, but I can't see anything.
So Terry,
and since I don't have control, I can't make you big.
What's up, Dick?
It's the drive video.
No. It's a 3D CAD rendering.
Oh, yeah. You can show that one also. The drive video. And there's 2 of them.
Okay.
Oh, put that one up. Put that one up, Trevor. I know.
JJ says Tiny Hands looks really cute.
Put that one up.
Boo.
Wow, dude.
We need more of that, chat. More compliments, please. Yes. Also, we need $1 for Weasel to take a chug out of that vodka bottle.
1, make it 5. You got yourself a deal.
No, 1.
I'm sick of getting drunk for nothing.
You're cheap tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
you should see the chicks I got outside.
No.
Are they out there?
What is that?
Oh, we're with the mute again.
You think I'm cheap?
In the shed? You got the chicks in the shed?
Are these chicks you bought at Tractor Supply?
You know what? I'm gonna do it, Nightmare. I'm gonna do it. Ready, set, gone.
What happened?
What is the sound we're hearing?
Not a good sound.
Gluggy sound.
Where is that?
Bro, what's this?
Yeah, what is this?
Can I speak or am I muted? What the fuck?
There's actually a different video, Dick.
Oh my god.
Dick
Look for the one with the monster cans on the floor.
Yeah. Well, Dick's camera is his house cameras right now, and he's trying to look for stuff, and he doesn't want to be on camera while he's trying to look needy. So.
Plus, we've got the gray foxes.
Yeah.
Trouncing around on side. Very cute.
Thank you, Pinfari. I'm not sure if you're a man or a woman at this point, but
Raven,
I'm going to take it.
I dislike you, Raven, now. Thank you.
Oh, what did Raven do?
Oh, Raven, and here you were.
You were begging on him for 7 weeks, and he turned you.
And you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad you're
Reese
on
might be the
board.
most handsome, but I have like boyish cuteness. You know what I mean? It's like a different. I think it's a different kind of.
Yeah, there's like different.
You're like high school crush.
Yeah,
Your high school crush, and Reese is the star quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
security camera from his house. He has a unique number of security cameras on his house.
I like
you
that
cannot
analogy, Tom.
get close
I
to
do.
that house without him.
Facebook, look up stupid family wildlife.
Yeah.
And he's got really nice cameras. He's got Fox cameras. He's got
this one's
mouse
okay?
cameras.
Oh, dude, the Fox family. They're great.
Okay, Dick, what are we looking for here?
Dick,
you already
the
got
new
it.
Fusion.
It's up there.
It's up now.
It's in the Facebook group chat.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? That,
There it
that look
is.
kind of cool. It's got a horizontal and a vert, so it's still fusion.
So you've made it even more
it's-
compact.
It looks
Looks like a
no.
pellet.
Yeah.
And what size horizontal? What size vert?
No, you can't tell those kind of things. But what I will say is this: the vert has twice the energy of current fusion. The horizontal is more powerful than Tombstone.
So why are you doing this if you can't keep less active weapons?
I'll tell you why. That's a great question, Jake. Great question. Because we've got new motors. Wait a minute. New motors?
Literally.
Weird how that works.
Where does the fire come out? That's a good question.
Which hole? Yes. Where's the hot spot?
There will be a flamethrower in the front. The theory is if we create the fire on purpose, it will not have the fire on accident.
Insane.
So it's an undercutter, or is that reversible?
It can invert.
It is invertible.
Yeah.
In fact, the funny thing is that horizontal with the design of this one is always a 1/4 inch off the ground, whether it's inverted or not.
Great.
So you will always be able to take off somebody's forks.
Other than getting more room in Fusion, there's a few other things we want to fix some shortcomings on, and one of those is the horizontal's not nearly close enough to the floor on the current version.
I see somebody saying the wide stance screams hijinks, but this bot is almost the same size as Sawblaze, so it's not that wide.
Pretty much. It's not huge. It's a lot bigger than old Fusion.
Better not be huge.
Oh, let's show the video clip of the test drive footage.
The neat thing is the horizontal and the vert are meshing together with their air pockets about an inch away from each other. So there is going to be a certain amount of chime that comes from this spot, which is why I think it should be sound themed. Something, because it's going to scream.
Wait, so we're not going to call it Fusion?
It's definitely not Fusion.
Okay.
No,
what should it be, chat? What should it be?
Definitely not determined yet if we're going to keep Fusion or not.
That's the name, dude. TBD.
You can.
It's the wrong video clip.
Oh, I don't know which one.
Working title.
The one with the
working title.
the monster cans.
What if you
Put
just
the monster cans to target for him to drive.
TBD.
I can't find that one.
Yeah,
TBD.
Just threw it in.
Just call it the
That wasn't
Screamer.
Two Bad
What
Dragons.
about STD or VD?
Well, that would be perfect for you, I guess. Yeah.
No, just the Screamer.
Well,
Ooh,
Squirter.
actually, wait, no, I'm out.
Squirt. She was. This is a bot name. She was a squirter.
No.
Stop it.
Gotta be faster, Trevor. Gotta be faster.
I can do it retroactively.
No, we should have that button, like a 5-second, like, okay, I got 5 seconds to go back and mute that.
What?
You didn't unmute me, you son of a bitch.
We're drunk with power.
Huge poon.
Yeah, what's the huge poon? I don't even remember.
That was in the after show.
Monster cans.
Okay, so that's how big it is, folks. It's not that big.
Yeah, it's
Mad
not
Catter-
like the
Mad
What?
Catters said they have a harpoon, but it's huge. It's a huge poon.
Yeah, I don't.
I hate that.
They should
term.
have workshopped that a little bit, you know.
Okay, so I've been hanging out in the Discord talking with Zach from Mad Catter, and Zach believes that Martin Mason does not know what poon means.
Clearly.
He might be old school.
Or he
It's
doesn't. He's
possible,
like
but
God tier
God.
meme. He's a
I
meme.
firmly believe if he grew up anywhere in the 80s or 90s, he knows what a poon is.
You would think.
They aired it.
I'll show that one, Nightmare. That one's fine. Yeah, Weasel has a certain theme to his bots he likes them to look like. No doubt.
Biomimicry.
So before we get into the design further, we want to do just a crude test platform for test driving it to see if we can get the weighting just right. And so we end up whipping up this little simple tube frame, and then we have pipes coming off that we can put weights on in different spots.
The plates are just that. They're weight plates. 45 pounds, 35 pounds. Staggered around the bot for how we think the weighting will end up on this rough design.
So you decided not to do the egg beater tape?
Right.
Okay.
It's too weak. Ukraine is weak.
Strong enough.
Well,
you can do it. You can
Nope.
do it if you allocate 60 pounds for your weapon and you got 3-inch thick steel there. But then you can't do fusion.
You can't make a 30-pound weapon strong enough for heavyweight. Oh yeah, we're gonna the new fusion's gonna do away with forks completely because we're gonna take care of the fork problem.
Yep.
Well, okay. I mean, yeah.
It's to minimize the area that we have to armor too with heavy armor.
The more weapon you have, the less armor you kind of have. I mean, look at Hijinks. Hijinks barely has any armor. Or Valkyrie.
You're talking. What you're talking about here, though, is 70,000 foot-pounds on the horizontal here, which is 100,000 joules.
Actually,
Tombstone was 80.
Hey, put up the Dystopia's one.
Sure.
So, it's actually safer to be upside down because then the armor is on top like a shell spinner and you're protected. So even if it does get flipped upside down, it's probably a better way to
there's
maybe start with
many
it.
fights where it might start upside down, and you flip your vert rotor. So
If you
it goes
want to try to break other verts, then you would drive it upside down and then swing down with your vert.
Hence the name Thunderstruck, because there's going to be times where it swings down and everything is made to be durable and last through these hits.
Can we talk about Bot Weasel for a second? What fight was it that we built like an ad hoc, multi-bot?
Marvin.
It was Marvin versus
Falcon,
Warrior.
Marvin, and the Weasel. That was my first actual fight in BattleBots where I drove something. I think.
I don't know. Super fun. No, you drove the sound meddler before that, I thought.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
that was Hydra's first season. We had Sal, Hydra, and Falcon. We had 3 bots there. And then they made another one.
The Weasel Meddler was super fun. We built it out of like a bunch of tiny shit, like just scraps and stuff before the
It was
Marvin
janky.
fight. And I remember very distinctly that Hal went up to somebody else and asked, like, what are the multibot rules to see if
it was
we
Paulie.
It was he went to Paul.
He went to Paul.
He went to Paul and said, hey, like, what are the multibot and like meddler bot rules for this year? Because we hadn't safetied this little bot. And without the context at all, knowing what like Hal was asking about, Paul said, oh, I don't know, you should ask Dick. Like, he usually knows that kind of stuff.
I was the one making
He was essentially told to ask the team that was building the multibot if their multibot was allowed. It was so funny.
He never asked.
It was just what the air must have just deflated from Hal getting that answer. He was like, hey, the subtext is Dick's making like a tiny bot to go in this fight. Is that allowed? And Paul says, ask Dick.
He'd know the multibot rules because I ran multibots.
Yeah. So funny. So yeah, I don't know if Weasel's a good name. Because
I loved it. That was a perfect Weasel.
Weasel, Rolling Thunder I see here.
Yeah, that's what
Here's the thing. Fusion's atomic, so you want it to kind of be similar based, but in the same sense, you're thinking sound. There's a lot of sound. There's a lot of vibration. There's a lot of energies colliding.
Okay.
Because it might be upside down half the time.
We'll just call it baseball glove.
What about Chernobyl?
Because it'll always be missing. Yeah, there you go. That'll work for us. Sure. Why not?
Nah.
We couldn't do your other one though. That one.
I was thinking, okay, so Delta is a change in something, but in standard physics, what would be a change in energy? Delta what?
Energy is
what's the thing where you like clap somebody's ears? What's that called?
That's called being a bastard.
You box people, like.
You called Sonic Boom? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's like the easy one.
Yeah.
But that feels lazy.
I would say Chernobyl because it's always going to melt down.
Okay, right? Fusion it is. Your fans know it as Fusion. Unless you think your persona is bigger than the bot name.
Boombox.
Oh, Delta Jew. Jew.
Get on the mute.
I think he's trying to say Delta Jewel, but he's slurring it. I don't know.
Yeah. This is no good, but the symbol for energy in physics is J. So Delta J.
Jewel. Yeah, it's Jewel. Jewel.
I said Jew.
How about entropy?
Yeah, mute him again.
Why would you say that?
Why? What are you doing?
For whose benefit? Like, for what? For whom?
For what purpose?
Hey, Tom, what's the story with your hat?
My hat? Oh, this was for Eurovision earlier. The greatest day in all the year, Eurovision. I was wearing my Eurovision.
Explain what all takes place there.
Yeah, a very weird mind fuck of a music show where all the weirdest acts from Europe and one from Australia and one from Israel come together to put on a very bizarre music show. It's a yearly tradition in my family. We don't have many, but that's one of them.
Is it in a competition? Who won?
Sweden won. The wrong country won. It should have been Finland.
Practically the same country, anyways.
So, how many people attend this? It's like thousands.
How many attend? Oh yeah, quite a few thousand. We were hosting it this year because obviously Ukraine probably doesn't have a stadium anymore, so we held it for Ukraine.
So they normally host it, or was it?
Yeah, the country that usually wins usually hosts it, but Ukraine isn't really in a position to host it, so we came second, so we hosted it this year.
This is the winner.
You never seen it?
No, we don't. There's a movie with Will Ferrell in it that makes fun of it that I've seen.
We've only seen Euro Trip, So
Europe trip.
And Van Wilder's European vacation.
Yeah.
Now, I love trying to explain Eurovision to Americans because they often don't know what the fuck it is. But just imagine the most on acid music show. That's the act that should have won. That's Green and the Pink. You see that one on the right, the green and the pink for Finland?
Makes sense.
I don't like that guy's vibe.
Yeah.
I went with black and purple, but
so like a psychedelic music only based Americans Got Talent.
Yeah, but America's nothing to do it.
I mean, if we're gonna change the name, I do like Cold Fusion. Somebody brought that up.
Cold Fusion.
It's different, but it's not different.
Yeah.
But if the damn thing burns again, that's gonna suck.
Am I still muted?
It's climate change,
you are
man.
not
Then we're
muted.
just melting the polar ice cap.
Yeah. Climate change.
Reese, you can see if you're muted because there's a little thing that says you're muted when you're muted.
So mute them, so I can see it.
So look,
and leave them muted.
It's right there. It's
I
right
can
there.
even see it.
You fuck suckers.
That was a good mute. Well timed.
So you don't have to keep asking, "Am I muted?" It's
Okay.
literally right there.
Or you can just not say stupid
I
stuff.
don't know if it's still muted. I am muted. What the fuck?
Also, it says across your screen that you're muted. It's not like it's subtle.
Oh my god.
Guys, I've got hot news from Destructathon from Proving Grounds. Slamo won a fight. Slamo won.
When I saw that was the first time the Dooms ever showed any sort of functionality, right?
Yeah,
So
it was
I don't think
Slamo
their weapon-
versus Doom.
Yeah, I don't think the Doom. I don't think their weapon worked even at Robo games.
It barely did. It was probably about 30% ready at Robo games.
Didn't a battery
yeah,
pack
just-
fall off?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that
were
happened.
overweight, so they had to take off a plate of armor and covered it with duct tape or something.
What is
Yeah,
Will
they named it
Ferrell?
Wood.
Hey, don't get us banned, man. Don't get us banned.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah,
What is that?
It's a funny movie. Eurovision Song Contest: The Story of
Yep.
Fire Saga.
I watched that one.
Oh,
It's
I
great.
did
Wait,
see
who
that.
is Will Ferrell? Did you just ask who Will Ferrell was?
So let's go back to this live show. So Doom's weapon apparently worked for 10 seconds. How do they show up to a BattleBots competition last season, then show up to the live show and still not work? I just don't. How,
I think the problem with Doom was a very over-ambitious CAD design that they didn't have the time or resources to put together beforehand.
What about that Fusion Minotaur?
Yeah,
fight?
I mean, how do you make it to the bracket of 32
There's a lot of
and
kinetic
start
energy
on
happening
fire
there?
15 seconds later? How does that happen?
I guess, yeah.
Reese, the first 5 seconds of that fight, I was like, "Holy shit, he's gonna do it!"
I was gonna do it.
Everybody
Yeah,
thought
for
that.
days, I was like,
gonna
"Oh my
do it.
god!"
But let me fucking tell you how pissed I am that I didn't realize he was inverted. Because you know what I would have done? I would have tail whipped that bitch right into his face.
Yeah, everybody gets up out of their seats like, "Hey," and then 5 seconds later, everybody's on a low again. That's a roller coaster bot, really. Motions just run wild with this thing.
Now, when you say bitch, you mean the bot, right?
Yeah.
So Reese, you only need to run 30 times longer to win that fight. That's not. I mean, you can do that.
Well,
it's only 30 times. I mean,
Dick, do you know the difference between 10 seconds and 3 minutes? There's
Do
a
you?
lot.
Yeah.
I do, unfortunately.
Hyper aware.
Yeah, but
Like,
would you rather
9
have a
seconds.
really good 10 seconds?
10
So
seconds.
here's my thing.
Would you rather have a really good 10
seen
seconds or a crap 3 minutes?
I seen a lot. Yeah, that's a good analogy.
I mean, he's fine with 10 seconds. She's not.
You had a really good 10
Well,
seconds.
I think the fans, wink wink, are equally as disappointed by a crap 3 minutes or a really interesting 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, there's a common middle ground there.
You should build up your stamina.
It's really
Whoa.
hard. All I got is this blow up doll.
Whoa! Someone go
and
back
and
to
it doesn't have needs.
This is good.
Catalyst.
Catalyst.
Mm-hmm.
Because when one weapon goes down, the other one burns as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one going in the chat. Super Collider.
Super Collider.
Oh no, that was a robot. Super Collider already was a robot. Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, somebody had Super Collider already. Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
That's true, Raven.
It's probably going to be
lasted against Minitour.
The odds are it's going to be 95% fusion again, 4% Thunderstruck, 1% other.
What about just confusion?
How about
confusion?
Confusion.
Nope.
And we lost another 20 people.
Why don't you just call it sticky underwear?
No, leave him muted. Leave him muted.
Dude, he's still got those panties on his microphone. What do you think they're for?
Can't leave
I just
him.
noticed
I am
Reese's
just so
shirt. Jesus.
fucking disappointed in all of you.
Hey, I don't have control this time. It's not
What
me.
did I do?
It's Tiny Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
she's
me.
just
I'm trying to
purposely
give you
muting
name
you.
ideas.
Why don't you just take a drink? Hey, quit drinking water. You need a shot.
Am I unmuted? Am I unfucking
Checking
muted?
guns.
What did you want?
Hell, by looking at the screen if you're muted.
Parks is muted.
Oh, damn.
Oh no, he's just not talking after that.
I'm sorry. I can talk.
You can mute him.
Yeah, hit me with a mute, just so I know what it feels like.
You gotta talk though. You gotta talk.
Yeah, you gotta be
Fucking
talking.
hardcore, bro.
Write on your notepad. Write messages on your notepad for us.
Yeah, he's got the trump card to that.
Yeah.
Now I have to turn his camera off.
He's got the huge hugger attachment for that, which is just writing on his notepad. Really,
I was
big.
really excited to hear this pitch for a reality show, but I only have
it's
followers
blurred.
around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
what
lighting
happened to
guy
reality-
doesn't want his room to be in focus, so he
What
puts
happened to
background
your
blur on.
reality show, Reese? You didn't get very far.
Am I
He
muted?
pitched
Or?
it. It's awful.
I'm muted. That's the shirt you need, you know. Am I muted?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd buy that. I'd buy that. It would
That's
work
the
in
shirt.
Zoom meetings. I'd be like in work meetings, like, am I muted?
I
No,
like it.
Hydra
I
will
do.
not launch bots any higher because we're
Call
not
that
going
your
to change
robot.
it.
Am I muted?
Am I muted? That's the
Yeah.
bot. You're right, Tom. That's the bot name.
Or how about mute this? Mute this?
I don't hate it.
You can't
Right?
have mutes. That was a famous UK bot. Mute's already been taken in the UK.
I'm not sure what Deathroll was rolling for weight there.
It would be in kilos.
They might have been a little light.
How much do they weigh in meters?
I would hope not 30 pounds light though.
How many centimeters are we talking here?
He's got
There
a
you
shirt
go.
already.
$38 for that shirt.
39.
Inflation.
I've got some great custom shirts that are around that price range for images that I choose. Like, why would I pick someone's like pre-selected? They're good shirts. I'm gonna wear them next BattleBots.
Oh, there's a bot named Unmuted. Just straight up one word. Done.
Three syllables. 3 syllables is good. It's just you got to get a toy. You got to be 3 syllables, except for Rusty. That's
Right.
Rusty.
That's why I think it should
Rusty.
be cute. That's why I think it shouldn't be like something like intimidating. It should be something like unassuming.
Like Echo, dude.
Cupcake.
Pencil dick. Pencil dick.
I like Fluffy.
You hear that a lot, don't you? Yep, it's muted again.
He just started chanting.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, immediately we're on the hot button. We're just throwing it every chance we get.
Here, we'll do it for everyone. Hold on 1 second.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, now what are you gonna do?
We'll give everyone a taste.
Yeah, joke's on you. We mute all the time. Ooh, piss Jake up. But yeah, it should be something like something small and cute.
Milky.
Yes, Fluffy was already taken in the UK as well.
There's
Fluffy's
no
already
way
in the UK.
cat milk's taken.
What is that? What is that? Oh my god. His name is Milky.
Yeah,
his name was Milky.
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah. That's the movie I was talking about.
Or
I don't like meaty, actually.
Am I unmuted?
Meat pie.
Shut up, Jake.
Meat pie, egg bake.
Oh, let's go over this week's sponsors while we're at it. Well, we got Max Amps. Max Amps is the best batteries we can source out there. We can't we don't build bots without them anymore. So we need to get them. Of course, we have the Udder Gun. Well, name kind of says itself. It cleans cows' teats.
It cleans the nipples when you don't want to.
When you don't want to? Why would you want to?
You do
You want your
to.
milk clean, don't you?
I mean, you have to. You have to, but you don't want to. You know?
Great.
Yes, Busy. We do know when we're muted. Well, at least one of us does not know. The rest of us do know when we're muted. But then again, we don't have to get muted because we don't talk shit the whole time. Tom's just always on mute the whole chat. So.
Has there anyone got any guns?
See, that was super unorganic, man. You can't do that like that. Come on.
Also,
Said
hold
you
on. We
2
didn't finish
streams
our
ago. You said, "Hey
sponsors
Tom,
here.
you got everything," and then you
we
threw
got
me
the
to the
Church
wolves.
of Jesus Christ and
So what do you
Latter-day
got?
Saints.
What do you got then, Tom?
What have I got? This is you're either gonna be really impressed with this or be really disappointed.
Okay.
I've got a bottle opener in the shape of badly painted tits. Here you go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can appreciate that.
Yay.
It used to make sound, but the battery doesn't work anymore.
What? Okay, no, I'm not gonna ask what now. Never mind. Disregard.
What sound would it make?
Yeah, what?
I
kind
don't
of
know.
sound?
I honestly don't know. You can put whatever sound to it you want, but I don't know. I need to change the battery.
Parks has a cleaning solution of some kind.
Oh,
Yeah, 91% isopropyl alcohol spray.
In a spray bottle?
Oh.
Yeah.
In a spray?
91%.
I'd huff that. There you go.
We don't
Okay,
have a good
so-
gun spray.
In lieu of Mother's Day here, so happy Mother's Day to all those
Mother's Day.
expecting
Get
and everybody
your
else out there.
fucking asses out there to the
I
greenhouse and
bring
get
out-
some flowers for your mother.
The nice wife's. What is this?
Reese, you got to do a Mother's Day sale.
Forget what the color of this is.
It's an all-time sale.
It's teal. It's teal, but they have a special name for it.
Lime?
Like no.
Aqua?
No. Tiffany blue.
It's Tiffany blue.
Yes.
It's the Tiffany blue.
It's Tiffany blue.
I don't know. It looks more like a mint.
It's the Tiffany blue.
Yeah, mint.
It's the Tiffany blue.
No, Tiffany blue. Yeah.
Yeah, how come nobody ever brought an Udder Gun on here for gun check?
Yeah, horrible.
Well, you never gave us one.
Horrible, Reese.
You don't have one.
Somebody does.
Does anybody have an
There's
Udder
3
Gun?
people on this stream who could have one.
I just have a sword today.
Well,
it's a foam sword.
Nice.
You ever
This
had a
is what
magazine
Griffey
laying
was.
on your pinky toe?
This is what Griffey was chasing me around the house with
Not
today
fun.
when he was over.
What do you have? We're getting our gun check ready. Hold on. We're getting more and more creative.
Aren't you in charge of changing the screens to go big screen? What? You're not doing your job here.
We're
Come
new
on.
with this. Leave this alone.
I'm out now, so I can. Not to mention Reese's OnlyFans that are apparently on the screen. Who wants to see Reese's pieces?
No one.
You want to see some pieces of Reese?
The Theragun.
Oh shit! Trevor brought out the masturbating.
Oh, you just
only got
in there.
half the word out. Good.
It's for sore muscles, etc.
Oh, I bet it is. Sure.
I'm sure that's what it's for.
We are.
I'm sure Parks has an industrial size one of that thing.
Deteriorating quickly. This is.
Look us in the eye and tell us that hasn't been elsewhere.
Trevor started
Urban
it.
Trevor,
elsewhere.
I can't believe you brought that out here without some Clorox.
Listen, all I'm saying is, why would we use this for nefarious things, considering
You have other things.
Well, not that one. You bought two of them.
Because sometimes the moment strikes, and you just.
Oh, Parks has got something
What
going
do you
on.
Theragon. Theragon.
He's probably got the real one.
Probably.
There's
is
a real one?
No, what is his brand? Rusi, but read that.
Oh, so
ours
he's
is
got
like
an
Rusi
option.
Batata.
Ours is
Rusi
also not
Batata.
real Theragon.
Yeah, Rusi Batata.
Yeah, we're not made of money.
Rusi patata.
Rusi Batata.
Like an old country.
Exactly.
Uski potato? Uski potato.
But yeah, that's it. Oh, wait, we have another one. In terms of like back saving products, we've got our massage cane. Give a little hook. We'll dig in.
Wow, you guys must get really tense down there in Atlanta.
Is kinky.
It's literally like we sit in our office chairs all day, and it's
Do you?
havoc on our
Is that thing that you hang from? You hook it and hang.
Ooh.
No. You just like
Big
hook
S
it into
shape
your
like
back and like.
You can get an anal hook as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
We had a friend have one of these.
We're getting kind of
and we
human
thought-
centipede here.
We had a friend that had one of these, and our friend like was like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you how to use it." And I was like, in a spot that hurt really bad, and he was just like, "Yeah, you got it." And then he came up and like wiggled it himself really hard, and I was like,
"Oh no,
I died."
Raven, don't
Where'd
start
you
with
get
that.
from? Where'd you get it from, Tiny?
Yeah,
Man?
folks.
Your massage guns have made the Discord already.
For 27-year-olds.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh
That is kind of ridiculously fast, honestly.
It's just a shot of Trevor holding up his massage gun.
Wow. You guys, hey, credit to the chat. This is this goes out to you.
Hey, do you guys want to see my massage gun?
No,
Yeah. I want to feel it.
we're gonna remove you. We have the power now.
That's
gotta be nice
true.
to
Yeah. Can you boot me so I can leave?
Yeah, we can leave.
We could call it a show.
Let's do that.
Oh my god!
Did you
You
accidentally
jerks! What the hell are you doing? Oops, I hit the. That's not the mute button.
Now you know how it feels. You son
Wait, am
of
I
a
still
bitch.
muted? No, joking.
You should have seen her face when you disappeared.
Don't do it.
Oh, I did. I'm still in the stream. I can still see it.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm just not
So
on
he-
screen.
So he calls his brother a son of a bitch the day before Mother's Day.
Mm,
Thought your one through.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Let's do this last question right here, and then we'll probably call it quits. Okay.
Yeah, we should
What?
call it. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is the
Guys, I just
question
got a
of Hydra's
going.
idiot? Hydra's future.
just leave Reese
Hydra's
on his
future
own.
is
Muted again. What the fuck is this fucking bullshit?
if they have a super quick turnaround, and we feel the itch that we need to go back to bots, then Hydra will probably be back. Okay. But if we actually get time before the next season, it would be nice to bring something else. I would like to get rid of it because I don't like playing the ground games. I mean, we're really, really good at it, but it really sucks to have to play it. So yeah.
I'd love to see. So the flipper is like very off meta. It's not a competitive design. I would like to see you guys use the Hydra, hydraulic system and do a hammer. Because I think
That's less competitive. What are you talking about?
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. Is you took a non-competitive design and made it competitive.
No, well,
He's shaking his
a
head.
hammer inherently is just worse.
Yeah.
There's Rusty.
This is for Speedy. There's
Oh,
Rusty.
is this Rusty at a swap meet?
I don't know where it is.
Oh, you didn't have to
The
bring the
junkyard?
old Rusty out again because you can
Is
get the
this
new one
new
working
Rusty
again.
or
right?
old Rusty? I can't tell the
That's
difference.
the old Rusty. That's old Rusty.
That's the old one.
Old Rusty.
Oh yeah. I'm scared for the next match. Whiplash is a pretty durable bot, so even if I do get flips in on him, And last year, or the year before, I don't remember what year it was. I did get underneath him about half the time, but my flips are only about 2 feet tall. So this season, hopefully with Hydra working a lot better, we'll get a little bit more airtime and actually do some damage to him.
So what's your run to the nuts of opponents that you have to get through or most likely get through? So Whiplash is next. Then who's next?
Oh, we can't go into that because...
Well, we can go through the possibilities.
I think.
I mean, who would we want to see? Oh, man.
I don't know if you want to face Sawblaze again. That's
no. It's hard to beat a bot twice.
It's possible that he changed his stuff, and that's why he could beat Blip as handily as he did. But maybe it's the same old.
He did say he had his sharpest points on.
He did that for me too. He just changed something.
He was chipping paint up, dude.
I would like a Minitour rematch. That would be nice.
Yeah.
You can get around to that.
Oh yeah, Fusion's out. Hey,
you'll have to face either Ribbot or Black Dragon.
Could have met in the semis.
Well, Black Dragon is beatable. I mean, I beat both of them before, so yeah.
So that would be next on your run if you get past Whiplash.
And then you get to the finals.
Probably going to be Minitour, if I was going to guess. From an outside perspective, I would guess you face Minitour again. Out of everyone on that side of the bracket.
Who on the other side of the bracket is going to win?
It's such a good bracket. It is a good bracket.
Parks or Tom, since you obviously don't know the outcome.
Yeah, we need to talk. Yes, we need to use
who are you thinking is going to make the finals from the other side of the bracket?
Huge.
Like legitly, who's looking really good right now?
I think Huge, and
Huge and Riptide, probably.
It is looking good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Witch Doctor you can't count out either.
I just don't see, but for Witch Doctor, I think Witch Doctor is going to beat Lockjaw pretty easily.
Yeah, possibly. Disappointingly, yeah.
I forget who Huge is fighting next. What is it, Mad Catter? I don't see that going.
Mad Catter.
Yeah,
then Huge has to probably fight Witch Doctor, if we're assuming Witch Doctor beats Lockjaw.
Yeah. I mean, like, theoretically, right, Huge was designed to beat those sort of robots, even though they've never really fought very many of them.
Top of the bracket on the right side, it'll probably be Riptide facing either Copperhead or Endgame. So either Endgame or Riptide for the top half of that side of the bracket.
So Flippies.
Why is Reese not here?
I don't know. Why? Instead of muted, they just kicked him completely.
I've been speaking for 5 fucking minutes.
We didn't take you out, Reese.
Okay, everybody, just give me the floor for a second. Reese, I'm going to pitch this to you right here. Everybody thinks we talk all the time, but we don't. I think what we should do going forward, and we should talk about this, is we should have this show and end at about 2 hours, and then we should do Reese After Dark. And we should do that on your YouTube channel.
I'd be fine with that.
You can just go crazy.
It'll get banned after one episode. It's done.
I suspect it'd probably get banned.
I'll put it on Rumble. Then I'll put it on Rumble.
He's really been holding back.
If it gets too, I'll put it on Rumble.
You have no idea what I say when I'm muted.
Reese,
I think that's true.
If YouTube kicks you off, I'll put it on Rumble, and if Rumble kicks you off, I will host it myself.
All right, pay to play, $5.
30 people.
Hey, hold on a second. Nobody's paid me to drink at all in the last 2 episodes.
Where's that?
I'm drunk already. Are you kidding me? From Wisconsin.
So, Jake, why Hydra sometimes has these problems with low flips?
Well, that was last season.
Right.
Problems, right? The low flips there was the seal in the cylinder. It was letting fluid like around it. So when it was extending, part of the fluid was going around the cylinder and just not working properly. So that's pretty much
that was one. It was probably a valve issue, and
somebody kicked me out of this fucking show. Who was it?
And then we added a larger air spring, also more volume.
Internet's ass.
It was you.
No, I barely touch anything ever.
Trevor?
I was gone for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was gone for the last 3 minutes.
I was hearing you the whole time.
Nuh-uh.
I don't know why.
He looks like a hacker.
Well, why would someone remove him from the stream like this?
I was sitting here talking. I'm like, oh, well, this happened. And then I'm like, nobody's responding. This is weird. And then Dick says, hey, where the fuck's Reese?
One of these times I'll just send a signal out to all of you, and we'll just be like this, and everybody's just gonna go silent when Reese talks. We're just gonna do it one time. Just nobody responds to him. He's not muted, but nobody's responding.
Or we'll play like we're muted.
Right. Okay. Is that enough?
Yeah,
are you guys fans? Are you happy with that?
Prediction on Final Four: Minitour, Hydra,
good.
Endgame, and Huge. Parks, what's your prediction for Final Four?
I'm just gonna be arbitrary, but
Shatter's gonna go the distance, man.
Yep. Shatter and Fusion.
Yeah.
Rusty for the win. Come on, guys.
It's Rusty with a chair.
There was a joke that BattleBots announced that the winner of this year's championship would be going to Destructathon, and they also announced that same day that Banshee was going. So everyone was like, Banshee, come from behind?
That'd be great.
Come from out of the tournament and take it.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's a good point. Can Jake be bothered to go to Destructathon if he wins the giant nut?
I went to Destructathon. I was the first. Absolutely. I was there before it was a thing.
Whoa. This is a little weird. After Parks just said that. What is going on here?
Who will be the face of Hydra next season? Whoever buys Hydra.
Well, no.
That's simple. If you want to be the face, I can let you in on.
We should still have Hydra, but me doing the interviews. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. This joke right here is why Bite Force will never be back.
Because he never dies.
Because if he
there's no further up.
Yeah.
There's no up. Other than Golden
go
Bolt,
down.
he could go Golden Bolt. That's
Win the nut and the bolt.
Like new thing. I hate the Golden Bolt. I hate the
visually.
Golden Bolt.
The tournament or like the prize?
From a competitor's perspective, it's really weird. Like you win the giant nut, that's supposed to be the thing, right? That's like the thing. And the thing
it's supposed to be the high prize in all the land.
The last fight of the entire filming session was the nut. And now they're filming the second thing after the nut every year. And that makes it weird. Like the wind is totally taken out of your sails. You have to be like, we make jokes. Oh, Paulie was prepping bots before the nut final. Like he was prepping bots more than the one that he needed to win the final. That's true now. Like you have to go from nut to Golden Bolt if you win and you aren't already in the Golden Bolt. That's a weird dynamic. You're
not many people have 3 bots to prep.
It's quite literally goalpost moving.
There's a bunch of issues. I mean, it causes
really
us to be there longer when they're filming basically 2 shows, right?
3 if you count the bounty situation. So I just thought about this. I was like, it's 2. It's bounties, which they marketed as another show, Golden Bolt, and the main tournament. That's a lot of shit.
Once you get past the 16, you can't get in those tournaments unless you win it all. So there's a lot of people left out, a lot of good bots.
It's just weird. It's just weird that the Golden Bolt, like last year, I remember very specifically. I can talk about this. Last year,
and the Golden Bolt had a higher prize too.
Yeah.
Golden Bolt should almost be like.
What's with that? Why would the Golden Bolt? It's literally the people who didn't make it into the giant nut. Why would that have a higher prize?
Well, and it's generally worse bots too, because it's all the people who lost early in the tournament that get into the squib tournaments, and then it's just the best of the worst at that point. You don't get the top 16 bots.
The reason for here you go. The reason for the prize is because it is goalpost extending, and because they want you to keep fighting after you've already lost a nut.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for people to get some more matches if you are out of the bracket.
Now it's
As a
Reddit
viewer,
Bros
I
time to
enjoy
shine.
it. I mean, last year that's Deep Six had a lot of really cool fights. I understand as a competitor it's stupid, but whatever. I mean,
It
Yeah.
it kind of waters down the meeting of the whole giant nut in the main bracket a little bit.
When you're there, especially, I think when they're framing it as separate television shows, it doesn't do that as much. Like from just an audience perspective of like, this person won the giant nut. That's great. When you're there, it's like, hey, I'm staring down the barrel of another 4 fights.
Right.
Like that's not mentally. That's like tough. That's gotta be tough.
Can you pull up the Anthony question there, the Golden Bolt one? To get into the Golden Bolt, you have to do the mini kind of tournaments. They were the bounty hunter tournaments, and now they're just like straight tournaments now of, what is it, 8 bots? So they get 3 fights, you win that in the mini tournament, and then you get into the Golden Bolt tournament. So right now, we don't know, nobody knows who's in those tournaments to get into the Golden Bolt.
But so you still have the bounty heads too, though.
No, not anymore. Nope.
They got rid of that.
There is no bounty heads. They're done with that. There's just the little mini tournaments now. Before you had to win the mini tournament and then beat the end guy. Now you don't have the end guy anymore.
With former nut winners and this season's nut.
Everybody in the Golden Bolt either won a nut or won one of the little mini tournaments to get into it. But in general, they're only in the mini tournaments because they didn't do jack in the main tournament.
What kind of tournament would you prefer to see if not the Golden Bolt? If there had to be a separate tournament or separate show?
Well, eventually nobody's going to get into the Golden Bolt except for Golden Bolt winners, the giant nut winners.
Double limb bracket?
Yeah, straight double limb is the way to go. Now, it makes for a lot longer days and a lot more fights generally if you lose right away, because you have to battle back and do all the way back up. But you generally find the actual best bot.
And get rid of the fight nights.
Right.
No regular season,
but BattleBots will not do that because they have zero control then of how the fights match up. And that's what they want. That's why they have 4 fight night rounds. So they can pick 4 fights at least. Then they have the tournament that they can change their listings of where everybody's seated, and they still get to pick the matchups.
The first round.
The first round of the matchups, exactly.
Yeah.
So your show is live, and there's real battles, but it is curated perfectly to whatever they like. The matchups, whatever. If they don't want you in the tournament,
who the fuck muted me now?
They could easily make it so that you're up against your Kryptonites every time, and you don't get any wins.
Reese, you were making all this noise with the bottle. All right, sorry.
Reese, I would never mute you.
Tiny Hands pulled the pin.
Oh,
we're
doing
doing
it.
the ability to mute you.
Yep, we're out. So, we'll leave you with this.
Like and subscribe if you want me to mute Reese 6 times more.
Also that too. Where do we go from here? How are we going to do in the tournament this year? Do we make it to the final nut? We only got 3 weeks left. So
2.
2.
What? 2? Really?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's next week and then the round and finals. Okay, so only 2 weeks left.
Semifinals.
So you'll have to see us at least 2 more times. So, I mean, you get to look forward to that.
And whatever grudge matches they might have that they want to throw in there.
And stick around for the final because Dick changed our end video a little bit, and I think you might like.
Oh, hang on, I gotta find that one then.
Well, I'll keep talking here, giving my thanks.
Okay.
I want to thank Parks and Tom for showing up and being their usual quiet selves because they just.
I also want to thank everyone who commented on the last couple hype videos. There was a lot of people who really liked the edits, and that's Rachel and I put those together. So it was really nice to see that.
Pat yourself on the back. Here's a putty clap for you.
And I'd like to thank every horn that just tooted themselves right there.
You know, I was getting around to that, Trevor. Right?
Stop looking at me and get a belt.
That was on my checklist of thank yous, but okay.
Okay, let's go back. Jake,
no, hell no. We'll watch our finals and we'll say goodnight, folks. We'll see you.
Got it.
Good night.
Choppy, choppy.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
Do you even know what you just said? Oh, great Odin's Raven.
What you doing in our pit?
We still live?
Get out of here.
Can they hear me? Am I muted?
Yes.
You're live. You can
Everybody's muted.